Burnley's Premier League game against high-flying West Ham United. Burnley against West Ham. We kick off at 2 o'clock. Sean Dyche's team lost 1-0 at St James's Park last Saturday, with Callum Wilson scoring the only goal. Burnley 3 games in 6 days. It's a big week in Burnley's season. Maxwell Cornet hobbled off against Newcastle. He misses out today with a thigh injury, but there's better news. Skipper Ben Mee was absent last week with a shoulder problem. He's back in the side today. Chris Wood has scored 7 of his 50 Premier League goals against today's opponents. For West Ham, they lost 1-0 at home to Dynamo Zagreb on Thursday, but they've already qualified for the knockout stages of the Europa League. David Moyes' side are 4th in the Premier League, but they're without Kurt Zouma, Angelo Bonner, Ryan Fredericks and Aaron Cresswell today. Declan Rice plays. We think he'll be in midfield. We think 4-2-3-1. Mikel Antonio scored home and away against Burnley last season. So let's have a longer look at those teams, starting with the Clarets. Nick Pope in goal, Matt Lowton at right back, Charlie Taylor at left back, James Tarkowski and skipper Ben Mee in the centre. In midfield, Johan Berg Gudmundsson, Ashley Westwood, a return for Jack Cork, Dwight McNeil. Up front, Chris Wood and Jay Rodriguez. Rodriguez returns for Cornet. He's on 99 league goals in English and Scottish football. On the bench, Wayne Hennessy, Josh Brownhill. He's a little bit unfortunate to be on the bench. Aaron Lennon, Nathan Collins, likewise. He's played really well in the last couple of games. Eric Peters, Phil Bardsley, Matty Vidra, Kevin Long and Bobby Thomas. For the visitors, West Ham United, as I say, 4th in the table. Fabianski in goal. Kufalo play right back. Masuaka at left back, Dawson and Diop in the centre. Holding roles for Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. Ahead of them, Manuel Lanzini, Jared Bowen, Saad Benrahma, and up front, Mikel Antonio. He's the danger. 6 goals he's got against Burnley. On the bench, Alphonse Areola, Andrei Yarmolenko, Pablo Fornals, Nikola Vlasic, Mark Noble, Alex Krul, AJ Alese, Harrison Ashby and Jamal Baptiste. So 1 or 2 youngsters on the bench now for West Ham. They've got 1 or 2 injury problems. That'll be interesting to see as we go on. Burnley 2 home games in 4 days, but they've only won 2 home league games all calendar year, so it's a big week for Burnley. West Ham beat Chelsea 3-2 last time out. Masuaka with the unlikely scorer of the winner. The Londoners did the double over Burnley last season, 1-0 at the London Stadium, 2-1 here at the Turf, although Burnley had won previous 2 in East Lancashire. Referees Graham Scott, John Moss is on VAR, and I'm pleased to say alongside me, ex-Claret Chris Brass. Welcome back to Turf Moor, Chris.
Cheers, good afternoon, Phil.
Now then, Burnley need to find some way of winning here, don't they?
Yeah, I think certainly the way the league's now going and just the teams around us who've certainly just getting the results. So a favourable result today would certainly just put us in good stead going into the Christmas period.
I mean, they've been very tight games for Burnley. They're just not getting on the right side of the results at times.
No, I mean, it was pleasing with Cornet. I think he has brought a different dimension. Certainly his goal record is there for everybody to see. We'll miss him today. I just think what Sean's probably gone back to today is the tried and tested method. If you look at the team, there's an awful lot in there who's got us the results over the course of the seasons. Against a well-organised West Ham side, you've got to give David Moyes a lot of credit how they've certainly built and have come out the blocks this start of this season and in Europe. So as I say, I think Sean's just going to be resolute, be in and amongst it. Conditions are not fantastic, and I think it's one of those games you just make sure nobody, certainly a Southern team, doesn't enjoy coming to Turf Moor.
It's back to a traditional 4-4-2, I think, isn't it? Because Cornet plays a little bit of a free role. Yeah,
he just plays off the striker. He has that freedom. He finds good pockets of space and actually drifts into areas out wide as well. So he's very difficult to mark. But as I say, I think the pleasing aspect for me is let's get back to basics. You know, this is Burnley. We don't want anybody to come here and get anything from us. And I think that's certainly, just looking at the team today, how Sean's going to set his stall out.
About yourself, good to see you back at Turf Moor. Glenn Little's here today. We've been having a word with Glenn Little.
Yeah, I think there's a few of us, absolutely. I think with the 2 Blakeys and doing something in town. So yeah, it's good. I think everybody understands once you've been, part of the football club, you become family, and it's nice that we all do want to come back. You get a warm reception every time you do. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. As I said, just hope we get a favourable result.
Yes, we need to. You with Nottingham Forest at the minute. Tell us about that.
Yeah, been probably about a year now, and went in respect to the recruitment, which I was previously doing at Wigan and here before that. Enjoying it. It's been a little bit of a challenging time because we did have a change in manager, but certainly since Steve Cooper's come in, it's brought a different dynamic, and thankfully we're just outside the playoffs now, with one eye on the transfer window, and certainly looking to get into this pastures that they've not been in since 20 years.
Yeah, wow, 4-1 yesterday, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah,
really good result yesterday.
Really good for the manager as well. As I say, you go back to your old club, and you always want a favourable result. Didn't know what kind of response he was getting, and it didn't really start till the second half, 0-0 at half time. But it is. There's a good young core with a bit of experience, and we're just slowly but surely kind of to build a team that'll put us in good stead. This season will probably come too soon, but as I say, we certainly won't turn our nose up at it.
I saw you on Friday. You were up for the under-23 game at Gawthorpe. It was a lively one. Yeah. Very, very wet.
Yeah, as everybody knows, Gawthorpe has its own microclimate. I think we got it all on the day, so it had pre-warned our players before they come up. But it was a good game that both teams went about it in the correct manner, and as I say, I think they come out with a 1-1 draw. Both teams were happy. A little bit of officiating, Jacob Ado send off, which I didn't think it was.
Yeah, it looked a little harsh.
Yeah, give us an advantage, but as I say, it was just pleasing just to see, certainly now that we've gone Cat 1 against Burnley, up against what is expected, should we get into the Premier League as well. So nice to see what youngsters are coming through. Just our under 13s, ironically, have just been at Burnley as well this morning, so it's been quite
You've
nice.
You've come from there, haven't you? So you're watching more football than anybody.
Yeah.
Back to today. I mean, it's tough in the Premier League. If anything, I think the standards probably improved this season.
I think what you find is the squads are getting so much better. It's not just the 11, it's the beyond, and West Ham have got an abundance of injuries out, but they've still filled the bench, and they filled the bench with quite a good few youngsters who had a bit of league experience with Elise, and Harrison Ashby's another one who they've just got coming through as a young fullback who's very, very well thought of, and they've even Ben Johnson, he's out injured. It's still young ilk, so I really think that's something we should look at as a club with Burnley now, and trying just to get that depth, and it'll breathe out from the academy, and then being a little bit more strategic in how Sean adds to his squad.
It's not easy, is it, breaking from the academy into the first team? I mean, Dwight's done it, Dwight McNeil's done it. Bobby Thomas is close, but it's a big step up.
It's huge, and no matter when you're coming through, even when we come through, we were fortunate that we had a good abundance of youngsters come through at the time, and myself, Paul Weller, John Mullen, Paul Smith, all of this sort of similar period, which is, it's not very regular that does happen, but it is difficult, and that transition period into the first team, it does take some time. I think the loan strategies do help, that you get the experience of league football, but you really have to get into the grips of the Premier League, which is an awful lot faster. As I say, the intensity's more. You're in a different stadia, and sometimes you lose that with coming through in your development, because not an awful lot of games are played at turf, and we played predominantly all our Pontons games, so when it actually did come to my debut, I'd probably played 20-30 times before I'd actually set out on the turf. So
that's an important point, I think, isn't it?
I do, and I think it's something that should be addressed to a point, but even some of the FA Youth Cup games of late are sadly not being played on the...
They're protecting the pitches, perhaps, aren't they?
They are, but they are Deso pitches, so I have a little bit of an arm wrestle with everybody. We played at the City Ground, but I think it's important because, as you say, it's hard enough coming through into the first team, but sadly some of these players will never experience it. And that is one of the challenges, that you do look at how they just react to different occasions, how they are on the bench, what they're doing in warm-ups. People freeze. It's a different arena when trust me, when you're in the cauldron and you're out there. It's quite nice, and it'll be easy for me today to be sat up here and commenting, but trust me, when you're there and it's 100 miles an hour, it's different for the lads.
Yeah, of course it is. I mean, we're just hearing, Glenn mentioned it, elevated position. It's just a fantastic view, isn't it?
Well, again, I think it's interesting that not as many managers use this vantage point. If we look at the rugby, you do see an awful lot, certainly from a tactical perspective. we do have people up in the stands and different eyes, but as I said, it's making sure you've got that correct, because a lot of the time it's analysts who sometimes don't have the experiences of game situations, etc. Get the experienced ones up, and I remember Sam Allardyce doing it quite regular, and I always thought that from a coaching capacity you need that experienced eye up in the stands who can see everything, because it's a tremendous view that we have. Trust me, when you're down at pitch level, it's a total different reflection.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Here come the teams. Burnley making their way out. On that far side, West Ham United entering the pitch too. Let's have a look at the sides for you. For Burnley, Ben Mee is back, Jack Cork back in the side, Jay Rodriguez back in the side, Pope in goal, Matt Lowton at right back, Charlie Taylor at left back, James Tarkowski, skipper Ben Mee in the centre. Midfield 4, Johan Berg Gudmundsson, Ashley Westwood, Jack Cork and Dwight McNeil. Up front it's Jay Rodriguez and Chris Wood. Wood has scored 7 times against today's opponents in the Premier League. On the bench, Wayne Hennessy, Josh Brownhill, Aaron Lennon, Nathan Collins, Eric Peters, Phil Bardsley, Matty Vidra, Kevin Long and Bobby Thomas. For the visitors, West Ham United, Lucas Fabianski in goal, Vladimir Kufal at right back, Artur Mazuruki at left back, Issa Diop and Craig Dawson in the centre, holding roles for Declan Rice and Thomas Souček. Ahead of them, Manuel Lanzini, Jarrod Bowen and Sadban Rama. Up front, Mikel Antonio. He could be a danger today. 6 times he's scored against Burnley in the past. On the bench, Ariola's the reserve keeper, Yamalenko, Fornals, Vlasic, Noble, their most experienced player in the Premier League, Alex Krul, Hadji Ales, Harrison Ashby, Scottish under-21 international, and Jamal Baptiste. Burnley in claret and blue, West Ham in all black. We kick off at 2 o'clock. I mean, it's a toughie on paper, isn't it? Because they're 4th in the division. But you know Burnley can cause sides problems here. Yeah,
I honestly believe, David, he will not be looking forward to this fixture. As I said earlier, Sean's gone back to the tried and tested method. He will make it difficult, he'll get in people's faces, will probably be quite direct from the onset. And then where West Ham have got an awful lot of their joy this season is they get it out into wide areas and they attack, certainly on the counter. But I think if we can cut it off at source, we can certainly get into sort of physical duels up amongst them. I think we've got a realistic chance of getting a result today.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's a strange one, isn't it? Up until 2 weeks ago, the 0-0 draw at Wolves and the defeat 1-0 at Newcastle, Burnley were scoring goals. Just dried up a little in those 2 games.
I think you've got to give a lot of credit to Cornet. He was certainly someone that we looked at when I was here with the recruitment a few years ago. It sort of took time, but I think the pleasing aspect is that he's come in a bit more experienced in the time, and he wouldn't have had the impact that he's done now if we'd have got him earlier. But it's just that quality, and as I say about building squads out, I think you've just got to try and pinpoint those little players who win your games, and that's key in the Premier League. You need that little bit of magic, that little bit of something different that'll just unlock, because as I say, we're a good, well-structured side. If we can just add 1 or 2 into the squad, I'm certainly just think it'll help us, for the rest of the season and in future seasons.
It's good to see Ben Mee back. But I've got to say, Nathan Collins has been excellent. I don't know if you've seen any of him. Yeah,
again, Nathan was someone we saw at a young age. Fantastic player, is going to grow into. I honestly believe if we can keep hold of him, he'll be a stalwart for as long as what these 2 guys in Ben and Tarky have been. But absolute credit to him. He's come in and not looked out of place. But you could see that as a 16, 17-year-old when he was at Stoke. So, no, good to have Ben back, the skipper. But as I say, I'm certain Sue will see a lot of Nathan in future years.
Graham Scott is the referee. The players take a knee. Everybody takes a knee, apart from Masuaku, who's elected not to. Applauded by the crowd, and we are underway. Does look like 4 at the back for West Ham, so that's the first question answered. They have been playing 3 at the back. Dawson wins that header. He'll break here for McNeil. Stabs it down the line for Wood. Wood keeps the ball in play. McNeil running ahead of him, tried to feed it through. And then touch back, looking for Taylor. That's out of play. West Ham throw So a bit different for them, Chris, isn't it? 4 at the back. They've been playing the 3.
Yeah, I think what you'll find, it was alluded to there with Declan Rice, he will just drop occasionally in there to receive. So he'll kind of flit in and out of that position, a bit more of a pivot. But no, it's interesting that they've gone that way, but I think it really will because of how we're set up.
Kick forward from Pope, just caught in the wind a little. Wood trying to flick it on. Touched away by Soufal. There's work here for Dawson. It's going to be given as a foul. Rodriguez on Dawson. Player Burnley looked at once or twice. Was at Bolton's, at Rochdale.
Yeah, I think he's certainly someone that would have fit into what we try and do. Competes well. He's really, really good in both boxes aerially. Done tremendously well to keep continuing to be effective in the Premier League. You know, when you look back where he started with Radcliffe, Borough, and then across to Rochdale, his trajectory's been fantastic.
Yeah, done well at West Ham, really well at West Ham. Antonio wins that header. Gudmundsson to head it on. Rodriguez trying to reach it. He thinks he's knocked over. The referee agrees. Dawson on Rodriguez. Free kick for the Clarets just inside the West Ham half. It's been a tough old year for Burnley at Turf Moor, but 2 games in 4 days gives them a real opportunity, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think they play. You can hear the crowd. The crowd started. We've made it a little bit ugly. You know, we've won a challenge there with Joe. This is how you want to get it. You've got to play in their half. Let's keep the crowd behind us. Let's try and get it on the front foot.
Ball in looking for Tarkov. She's just got her head on it and a goal behind for a goal kick. Fabianski in no hurry to take it. Looks like Lanzini just playing behind Antonio. Bowen right hand side, Benrahma left hand side, so they'll get plenty of support for Antonio. Fabianski with the kick. We've played 2.5 minutes. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. I've been keeping an eye on the Women's FA Cup, and Liverpool were leading 1-0 last I saw. Header won at the back by me. Flick on from Rodriguez. Dawson to go back to his keeper. Kick here from Fabianski. Looking towards Antonio. Cork will win the header. Can't play any part, Wood. Still break here for Masuaku on this left-hand side. Got the winner against Chelsea. Johnson's been playing there. Here's Rice. Masuaku just to get it back to Diop. Short sleeves and gloves for Issa Diop. Back to Fabianski. Never quite understood that, Brassy. Short sleeves and gloves. You might as well have the long sleeves on as well.
I think it's a little bit of that, but I've got to be honest, I just don't understand blinking gloves when you're playing. You can't grip anybody, you can't. It's a tool, certainly as a defender as well. I know you can't get away with a lot of the dark arts that I used to be able to, but certainly I just feel when you're holding somebody off, etc., it feels better, but yeah. Sean would not allow us to wear them, let me tell you.
Yeah. We've seen Aaron Lennon once or twice with them, Cornet, but might allow gloves, but certainly no snoods on the training ground. Throw to West Ham. Soufal on that right-hand side. Towards the box. Into Van Baal, Antonio, not given. Ball into the middle. Lowton will head it away. Flick on from Cork. Rice to it first. He just sweeps everything up in the midfield, tidies everything up. Antonio on the chase here. Jumps with me. Might break for Antonio, but Neil come away with the ball. Helps it on for McNeil. McNeil looking early here. Looking for Wood. Takes it down nicely. He's got Rodriguez with him. Gudmundsson trying to join the fray. It's blocked by Rice. That's what Declan Rice does so well. Good interceptions. Tarkowski wide here for Lowton, near the halfway line. Westwood to get it forward. Diop with the header and out of play. I think you've touched on it. Burnley are going to look to put pressure on the 2 centre-backs.
Absolutely, and to be fair, somebody else who we've followed previously is a Diop. He's a fantastic size, etc. But he does just struggle with the aerial aspect, which is surprising. He doesn't really punch through the ball. Dawson on the opposite doesn't deal with it. So yeah, I'm sure that'll be one of the tactics to try and target him. Benrahma,
Lanzini, touch back, Souček onto Masuaku, trying to get it down the line. Burnley won it back. Here's Lowton looking early, ball into the middle, header won by Dawson. It'll go behind. It'll be the first corner of the afternoon. And that just showed that again, didn't it? Pressure on the centre-backs.
Absolutely, yeah. And they're putting it into areas that you can see the conditions are not favourable, and you're asking questions. And it's on a day like today, certainly at Turf Moor, it's very, very difficult to defend against.
Very blustery. And McNeil's going to try and put in this right wing corner. So left-footed swinger. Me and Tarkowski are in there. Wood as well. Here's McNeil with the delivery. It goes deep. Referee's not happy. Bit of pushing and shoving. And you'll be asking Burnley to take that again. I think Tarkowski, did he break free from the defender? Graham Scott wants a word. Bringing them together. Antonio and Wood. A minute's applause around the ground. For young Arthur, it's a really sad story. Corner taken, swung in, really good delivery, header over. It's Chris Wood with the header. He's got that great record against West Ham. Good delivery from McNeil. Burnley won it well. Just an indication that West Ham can be troubled at corners.
I honestly think that's for all they've done well, it is their weak spot. It's something from set pieces, just where you can get at it. Certainly again with the centre-half pairing changes, and then they've lost one of the centre-backs, certainly coming out with them playing a back four. So they target that area. Declan Rice will sort of take things in front. He's fantastic at it. As I say, put the ball into those dangerous areas. Let's test their centre-back.
7 minutes gone, goalless at Turf Moor. Antonio, who are trying to win the header, battles away with Westwood. Westwood touch it back to me. Wide here for Charlie Taylor, who's been sensational in the last few weeks. Looking for Rodriguez. Dawson battling away, might break free here for Wood. Touch back for Rodriguez, Wood will win it again. Onside, here's McNeil's got an overlap from Taylor. Looks to get the cross in, looking for Rodriguez. Headed away, Burnley trying to win the loose ball. Ben Rama's got it away partially, might break here for Lowton, heads it back in, Burnley trying to win it, touchdown for Westwood. Westwood to hook it wide for Taylor if he can win it, can't. Foul here on Soufal, and that'll be a free kick for West Ham. He's just got to try and find a way, keeping that momentum going.
It is.
It's a cheap free kick in the end, I suppose.
And you can see they're putting it in, as soon as it's bouncing, they're just putting it back into areas, just trying to get that territorial advantage, looking for them to make mistakes. And as I said, it's difficult. Just keep the pressure, keep it constant, and just hope that you'll break them down and benefit from a mistake.
Fabianski with the free kick. In no hurry to take it. Looking long towards Antonio. Me wins the header. Here's McNeil again. Seen a lot of the ball early on. He's won himself a throw near the halfway line. So as expected, Goodmanson right hand side, McNeil left hand side. Rodriguez just playing off Wood. Taylor with the throw. Touch back again for Taylor. Uses Westwood, wins the throw. Burnley throw just in front of Sean Dyche. Taylor with it. Can't find Rodriguez with the throw. Lanzini here for West Ham, forward for Antonio, able to face play here. Ben Rama to his left hand side. Taylor getting back, hasn't cleared it yet, have now. Here's McNeil. Inside for Westwood. Westwood on nicely for Rodriguez. Just playing off Wood. It's more 4-4-1-1 perhaps to break for McNeil. Kept it in play just. Inside nicely for Cork. Cork on for Westwood. Westwood for Tarkowski. Burnley looking to build patiently. Tarkowski looking forward here. Ball into the middle looking for Rodriguez. Wood to try and win the next ball. Masuaku just to tidy up. Here's Souček. Wide here for Rice, wearing 41. Back inside for Diop. And here's Dawson to bring it forward. Soufal right hand side. Ball forward. Taylor will cut this out. Clears his lines. Looking for Rodriguez. Dawson maybe taking a ride on the back. The referee's happy enough. Kept it in play. Here's Bowen inside nicely. Lanzini driving forward. He's dangerous in this position. On for Ben Rama in the box now. The Algerian. It's well blocked. Burnley get it away. Diving header from me. Masuaku with a shot. Not far wide. Scored against Chelsea. Not afraid to have a go here. Hit it first time. Pope moving to his right-hand side, wide of the post.
I think you just can see there that just if Lanzini's going to find a little bit of space, he can just certainly unlock things. We're saying J. Rod's just playing off Chris, but you need to have that intelligent player in those areas, and he certainly is. That low centre of gravity, receives it on the back foot, and he can certainly looks to penetrate quickly. You know, he's going to be their danger. I think we've just got to try and stop the source getting to him.
Cork picked up the loose ball in the middle of the park, looking to drive forward. Uses Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson on for Lowton. Good from Burnley. Here's Gudmundsson again. Looking to try and spread it, but it's cut out comfortably by Soufal. Souček looking to come forward, right-hand side with Bowen. Linked with Liverpool in recent weeks. He's been playing really well. Having said that, it's a poor ball. Masuaku's not happy. Commentator's curse.
Yeah, I mean, he did very, very well. Again, I had a good look at him when he was at Hull. Had a purple patch of scoring goals, and I think he was one of those players when you just wonder whether he can make the transition. But certainly in this system, it suits him in a 4-2-3-1, and he's got a good goal return. So he's sort of right to be linked with the clubs of that stature. But again, it'll be another step up for him.
Here's Rodriguez, finds Taylor. Taylor comes inside. Uses Cork. Cork for me. Me thought going square. He's used Cork. Cork down the line. Taylor just up full stretch, kept it in play, but only for the benefit of West Ham, who are driving forward now. Here's Antonio, trying to hook it on. Good block from me. Breaks from Rice. Here's Masuaku, left-hand side. Uses Rice again. Masuaku once more, on for Benrahma. Back inside here for Diop. Played 12 minutes, goalless at Turf Moor. Lanzini coming deep, the Argentinian driving forward now. Antonio on nicely for Benrahma, on wide here for Masuaku. He'll get a ball in here, dummies it first time, still going to the byline, ups it back in. Good block from Tarkowski, that's a corner. That's how dangerous West Ham can be on the counter.
Yeah, you can just see it there. There's just that little interplay and then quick 1 and 2 touches in and around, and we just allowed them just to have a little spell now. And as I say, we've got to disrupt them. You can't allow them to get the confidence. You can't allow them to just keep stroking the ball about. You know, we've got to keep making sure it's a fight and we contest them.
Corner here. The dangers. Dawson, Diop, Souček. Plenty in there, West Ham, plenty of height, and they've crowded the 6-yard box. Swung in by Lanzini. Keeper coming, collects it. There's a collision in front of him. Everybody's on the deck. Dawson's not happy. Burnley player has stayed down. The referee just coming across just to make sure everybody's all right. It's a real old wrestling game.
Yeah.
In front of Nick Pope.
Yeah. It was. I don't think they have the Royal Rumble now, but it was something like that.
It's actually Westwood, isn't it? Just take the bang to the side of the head. Burnley've got the ball. And Westwood will have a sore head in the morning, I think. Nick Pope with the ball. Burnley play Watford on Wednesday night. 7:30 kick-off. Watford 3 points ahead of Burnley. It's a massive game.
Yeah, it'd be nice to just get a little bit of confidence from this game going into that. It's certainly 2 big fixtures, really, and against Watford, a team who is struggling as well at the moment. It'd be favourable if we could get a result. Here's
Gudmundsson. Touch back for Tarkowski. Under pressure, Tarkowski will have another chance to win it here. Gets it forward. Diop. Masuaku started brightly. Tarkowski will win this. Hooks it forward, finds Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson over his shoulder, chase for Rodriguez, but it's the keeper's. Easy one for the keeper. Declan Rice has taken a knock. Touch back for Fabianski. Rodriguez to apply pressure. Looking to spread it. Masuaku wins the header. Benrahma, Burnley trying to get close. Lanzini inside. Souček on again for Lanzini. Wide from Masuaku. Here's Souček looking to spread it for Soufal, Czech Republic colleague. Soufal coming inside. Uses Dawson. Dawson once more. Looking to just dink one down the line for Bowen. Header won by Taylor. McNeil battling away with Soufal, but it'd be a West Ham throw. Not entirely sure that was legal. Here's Lanzini. Opportunity for Lanzini. He's well wide. Not sure about the throw, Chris.
It did look a little bit, but the one thing they did do was bright. It was sharp. They picked it up. They played. They did
quick.
That little nice intricate. And again, Lanzini's got a free shot on goal. He's missed the target, but you've got to keep switched on. This is the difference. You know, the Premier League, there's intelligent players. The tempo may just go down, it may go dead, but they did quickly, bright thinking, and I think that's what they did. Would have been interesting if I had got him on
don't know if VAR checks.
I don't know whether VAR does check it, but yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look great. Here's Pope with the kick, just holding in the wind a touch. Taylor leaves it for Ben Mee. Good to see him back. Rodriguez wins the first header. Souček the next. Westwood under pressure immediately. Uses Taylor. Taylor's just had to check back for his skipper Ben Mee. Gets it forward, looking for Wood. Too much on it. That'll go through to Fabianski. Just not sticking with the front two at the minute. Fabianski with the ball in his hands. Really tight contest so far. 17 minutes in. Masuaku to win that header. Cross comes Westwood, was caught. Nothing too bad, it would be just a free kick, halfway line. He's in the wars, Ashley Westwood. Had his suspension for 5 yellow cards. And just picking himself up very gingerly here.
I think he's just had a little knock, but he's just being clever. You can see that West Ham's just had a little bit of a foothold. Just slow it down again, get it rebooted, and just, as I said, disrupt what they're trying to do. And I think that'll be the key all the way through the afternoon. Just
Tarkowski going forward for the free kick. West Ham keep Antonio forward, so Ben Mee looking after him for the minute. Lowton with the delivery, swings it in. Looking for Tarkowski in there, does win the header. He's taken the bang to the head, and the referee will have to stop it here. He's picked himself up, Tarkowski. McNeil, nice little turn. He's got support. Taylor bombing down the left here if he can use him. Little bit behind him. Back from McNeil. Uses Taylor once more. Court was over there as well. Taylor looking to go to the byline. Try and whip it across. It's a corner. Good work from Taylor.
Yeah. You've worked it there. We had a little bit of an overload and they've done it correctly, as I said, and we've meant to get something out of it, and it's a corner again. We have to try and take advantage of this. This really is a good goal-scoring opportunity for ourselves.
Liverpool have gone 2-0 up against Burnley FC women. FA Cup. Rachel Furness with the second. Corner Burnley. Gudmundson's on the keeper, he's swung right in there, keeper gets a punch on it, it's gone wide, foul given. Gudmundsson I think on the keeper. Not sure he did a great deal, but...
No, he's just in that, and again, they get overly protected, he hasn't done anything, he's jumped with him, his hands up on his shoulder I think, but he's not really had that much interaction against him. Bit harsh, but good ball in, as I say, and it's certainly putting the goalkeeper under pressure. And you can see that he does not want to come for them. So certainly this half, when the way the wind's going, keep putting it under the crossbar, keep in and around him, you'll make a mistake.
Kick from Fabianski from the free kick. Antonio to come and meet it. Lanzini has been busy. Back for Diop, on for Rice. Wide here. Masuaku, offensive through, finds Antonio. Burnley don't want him to turn. Tarkowski's got a touch. Here's Lanzini though. Space on that far side for Soufal. Soufal quickly in, nice ball. Finds Bowen, it's against the legs of Mee. Tarkowski slices his clearance away. It's an ugly one. McNeil to win it by the corner flag now. So he's under real pressure from Bowen. Will be a Burnley throw. Unlike James Tarkowski, he got under it, I think. Sliced it wide.
Again, conditions that you've got to give a little bit to, but you've just got to make sure you get a decent contact on days like this. It'll clear its lines, but just on the flip side, that we're putting them under pressure in those areas. We've got to make sure that we're concentrated in our defensive areas.
Throw from Taylor. Helps on here towards Ben Rama. Gudmundsson got a touch, wins the next challenge. West Ham, I think, thought that was a foul. He was very committed, Gudmundsson. Battling away in there is Cork. He'll break for Westwood. Westwood to get it forward from McNeil. McNeil just having a touch on the ball. Uses Lowton a little bit behind him. Had to check his stride, but done well with it. Here's Westwood. Picks out Gudmundsson. Trying to get involved, Gudmundsson. That's a poor ball. Here's Ben Rama. Gudmundsson trying to get back on it. Try and win it back. Just stop Ben Rama momentarily. A bit Lanzini on for Antonio. Left-hand side, coming in the box now. Antonio. Back for Masuaku. On for Rice. Space on that right-hand side, Soufal. He'll look to get a cross in here, Soufal. Decent ball. Taylor's won it. McNeil under pressure here. We'll just use Taylor. Taylor to hook it away and out of play. Just pegged back a little, Burnley, at the minute. This is what West Ham have been doing well all season.
Yeah, you can just see they recycle the ball very, very well. It's just come in from the left into Declan Rice, and he's quickly put it out to the other side. Yeah, they just recycle the pin. You're in and around your 18-yard box and just start probing the defence.
This might break for Ben Rama. Back heel. Been Nick Pope, so there's nobody behind him. And Pope collects it comfortably. You want to see Nick Pope coming for ball still. I know it fell foul a little bit at Newcastle.
Yeah, no, it is. It's something he's done throughout his career. He did it as we got promotion when he was on loan for us at Bury. It's his strength, and you don't want him to come away. Yes, as he came down, and it is unfortunate with the incident in Newcastle, but it is. He's very brave. He comes and takes a lot of pressure off the defenders, and on a day like this, you still want him to come out. But he will. As I said, it's part and parcel of the game, making mistakes, and I'm sure it wouldn't have affected him.
Yeah, I was forgetting about Bury there, Brassy. Yeah, I mean, could you tell he was going to be a top keeper then?
Absolutely. I mean, he really, really came, and not just in games. It was training situations. He was one of those that would work with young Kasper Schmeichel. He just hated the ball going in the back of the net in training, and he was no different as he came in on loan. And truly, he was one of the main reasons we got promotion. He just would them 1-0 games, the horrible, ugly games when you just needed that pressure off in the last few minutes. It's not very often you're in the technical area and you can breathe a sigh of relief, but trust me, he certainly gave me 1 or 2 decent moments.
Yeah, he's been great for Burnley. Great for Burnley. Throw with Soufal on that right-hand side, halfway inside the Burnley half. Gets it back, Soufal. Boyne trying to flick it on. This will be Charlie Taylor's. Just turn. Clears it against Antonio. That'll be a goal kick. Halfway through the first half, Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Charlie Taylor on picture there. Made his debut. His Premier League debut 4 years ago today. Burnley went 4th with a 1-0 win over Stoke. Had to be very patient. Stephen Ward was in the side. We've got Gareth Southgate here watching him. There'll be no Ben Chilwell for a little while. You do wonder if Taylor can perhaps knock on the door.
His form of late, you'd certainly think, you'd hope that he's someone that Gareth would be considering, because he's probably been our most consistent performer all season.
It's back with Soufal. On for Dawson. 4 at the back today, West Ham, even though previously they've tended to prefer 3-4-3. Well blocked by Rodriguez. Your throw to West Ham. Soufal with it. Told to go back a yard or 2. Soufal again looking forward. Antonio able to turn and chase this. Tarkowski to tidy up. Clears it on his left-hand side. Header won again by Soufal, and Antonio will reach this. He's onside. Right-hand side, fouled by Tarkowski. Tarkowski kicks the ball away. Got to be careful.
Yeah, it's something and nothing of a foul, but it is. He's just come together. Clever play from Antonio. He's just got his body in. He's just bited as soon as he felt it gone down. But it's in a dangerous area. You know, unlike James, but he should have been a little bit more patient there.
It's close to the byline. Right-hand side means the centre-backs can come forward. Dawson in there, Diop in there. Declan Rice, of course. Souček, who got 10 goals in the Premier League last season. He'll be a danger. Burnley just got to make sure everybody's marked up. They're a physical side as well, West Ham. This is going to be swung in from that right-hand side. Dangerous one. Low trajectory, save from Pope. Might have been straight from the free kick. Maybe Diop got a touch.
Yeah,
but it's a good save from Pope.
Just got a little touch, just redirected it, but a very, very good reactive foot.
Yes, it is. Yeah, good header. Good save. Close to it at his near post. Everybody was expecting it back post. Taken quickly. Soufal to get it into the middle. Antonio with the header. Another save from Nick Pope. Headed it down, Antonio. But the flag's up for offside. Wouldn't have counted. A little bit of pressure from West Ham, isn't it?
As I said, it comes from James just given that the free kick in a dangerous area, and they built upon it. We switched off. They had 2 out from the corner, and again, it's just something you've got to be switched on. You can't lose them concentration levels at this level, otherwise you are punished.
Here's McNeil. Uses me, halfway line. Me goes wide for Taylor. Taylor just had to check his stride. To be a West Ham throw. They look to take it quickly. They're good at that, trying to turn defence into attack. McNeil's won it though, and driving forward McNeil. Looking to try and find Wood. Kept in by Soufal. McNeil applies the pressure, Soufal comes away with it. Looking long, Antonio on the chase, no foul. Tarkowski to tidy up, gets it back off Westwood. Pressure from Rice. Here's Goodmanson. Foul given, Rice on Tarkowski. Be a free kick.
I think got away with one there. I really didn't think that was a free kick. Thought it was good pressure from Deck.
Yeah. Just seeing the replay of the Antonio. The flag went up from the linesman. It's good save nonetheless. Long clearance. Tarkowski to win this against Lanzini. The break for Rice. Crowd frustrated because nobody challenged Rice. Benrahma, Masuaku. Here's Diop. Back to his keeper. Tries to come on Burnley. Fabianski with a long ball. Mix it nicely, West Ham. Some good football in there, but they do like the long ball as well. Bowen's won that. Soufal halfway line, looking for Bowen. Bowen on nicely for Lanzini. He's finding these pockets of space now. Helped on towards Antonio. Back inside. Really good interception from Charlie Taylor at full stretch. Boy, Taylor's done well there, Brassy.
Yeah, he did. He got in really well. Just anticipated it. But again, I think he's seen just what Lanzini can do. He's flipped it off and he's got into a dangerous area. But great covering from Charlie and just managed to put it out for a corner.
Third corner of the half for West Ham. Plenty to watch here. Dawson's forward, Diop's forward. Souček's a danger. Tarkowski looking like he's picking up Dawson at the minute. Swung in. Keeper's got a punch. Might fall for Benrahma. Foul given. Similar to the incident at the other end, I guess. And Nick Pope's just stayed down for the minute with Dawson. Both okay, I think.
Yeah, well, a little bit of an unorthodox one, but I think he's took a little bit of a whack as Pope. Yeah.
There's a smile. I think he's okay. Will he change his way, you think, after Newcastle?
No.
Will he go for more punching, perhaps, than catching?
No, not truly. I think he'll. He's a brave boy. He makes good decisions. He was unfortunate when you look at it back. I think everybody wanted it to be a foul initially.
Perhaps there just wasn't enough there.
No,
was there?
It just as he's come down, he's bounced it off the player's head. But yeah.
It's just taking a bang to the nose, isn't it? There's a little bit of blood.
Well, there's plenty of that to get at as well, so it's not an area that you can miss.
Wayne Ennis, he's just having a little jog. I don't think he'll be needed. Nick Pope will be fine. Yeah, we've seen him already. That was a good save from Diop, wasn't it? And a good save from Antonio. I know Antonio was offside, but
yeah.
I suppose if you've had a difficult afternoon, you want to bounce back and make a save or two, don't you?
Absolutely, and that's pleasing for him that he's had 3 times he's been called upon there, and they've all been favourable sort of outcomes. So it'll help him. As I say, you just want it. You don't. Sometimes it can play on you if you go into the next game and you make a mistake and you're punished again. But good, lot of bodies coming in up against him
Yes.
there. Antonio's pinned him in, but he's just managed to get a brave punch through. And it looks like it's just Dawson's caught him on his foot just as he came through late on. So he has took one, but hopefully he's all right.
Looks that way, doesn't it? Looks that way. Sean Dyche having a word with the fourth official.
It always makes you giggle when you're in the technical area, because Sean was no angel, just like I wasn't. And you're telling him that a centre half put his foot in, and you just think, come on, we were just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, it's lengthy treatment, isn't it? It's just
yeah,
like,
I really do think he has. He's just caught his teeth, and there was a little slight bit of blood there, and you don't particularly want it to go into on his shirt where all the blood shirts and things, and it looks like he's got a little bit of snooze on him now as they're trying to treat him.
Yeah, back to his feet, which is good news. Past the half-hour mark. It's goalless here. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. What a job David Moyes has done at West Ham, because he was heavily criticised at United, wasn't he?
Yeah, listen, he's a fantastic manager. He actually came in and spent a bit of time with us at Wigan, and Paul Cook, when he manager, when he was actually out of work, and just a good scholar of the game, someone that you know, we picked his brain, he picked our brains, and he went away, and what he did do, he didn't sulk, he just went and learned, and he looked at different aspects, different systems, different environments of football, quite a bit of Scandinavian, and he's come back for the better. So I'm really pleased that he's certainly come back and just shown what he can do.
Absolutely. Antonio missed kick, a wild missed kick, out forward towards Wood. Just not sticking in the minute for Burnley up top. Taylor to try and win that. I think he's caught his man. That'll be a free kick on that far side. Couple of players down. McNeil for Burnley and Bowen for West Ham. What's the word with Charlie Taylor? I think he's going to book Charlie Taylor here. I'm not sure I saw a booking there, but foul it was.
No, he's gone for the ball. It's slightly left something on him, but again, you get booked for very, very little these days, and you have to be extremely careful, and certainly puts him on a yellow, and now he's got to be careful for the rest of the game. So I don't understand it. I
mean, sometimes it's just a foul, isn't it? It's no more than
it's a foul. That. There's no malice in it. You can see where he's gone. He's got something on the ball. He's followed through. He's just caught Jared, but there's nothing. You know when you're going actually to maim somebody, and there was no intent.
Ben Mee to win the header. Next one, Souček. Soufal just about managed to keep it in play. Wood to try and win this against Dawson. It'll break now for Rodriguez. Burnley can look to get men forward here. Rodriguez tucks it inside for Court. Court looking early here for Lowton. Lowton up against Mazuaka. Good ball on for Goodmanson. Will that come off Goodmanson? It'll be a goal kick. Declan Rice did well with that. Yeah,
he's tracked him well, and it was a correct decision. He's trying to put the ball in, it's just ricocheted back off Goodmanson, but good passage of play. We switched the player well, and we've got to get into those areas. So these opportunities, there will be opportunities up against them, and certainly I would penetrate against Dawson. That's one thing that he does struggle with. If we get some kind of pace up in and around him, it is an area he struggles.
Yeah, Cornet would have liked it against Dawson, wouldn't he? I think
would have been nice.
We'll get an update, I'm sure, from the manager after the game on Maxwell Cornet. Connor Roberts not involved today either as well, so we'll get news on that. He's been ill this week. McNeil back for Taylor on that booking, remember. Mee to get this forward, picks out Lowton. Lowton will reach this, just checks inside. Back for Tarkowski, wide here for Westwood. Westwood looking forward immediately, looking for Wood. It's a little hopeful, and it'll run out of play for a West Ham throw. West Ham have had the better chances. Masuaku with the throw. Congo international, French born. And he'll throw this, I would think, down the line. No, he's gone to Rice. Masuaku to get the next ball. Touch back, and Burnley won it. It's a little bit, should have maybe gone down the line. Trying to help it on. Masuaku's a chance to get it away now. He's got it towards the halfway line. Tarkowski wins it, touched on. Rice to win the next ball. He's found Bowen with a nice header. Bowen on for Soufal. Soufal driving down that right-hand side. Former Sparta Prague player, uses Bowen. Good challenge from Ben Mee. Concedes the throw. Soufal with it. 10 minutes to half-time. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Big game for Burnley 3 years ago in this fixture. 1-2-0. Wood and McNeil, the scorers, transformed Burnley's season. Here's Rice. Comes inside nicely, Rice. Doing well into the box. Helps it on for Bowen. Bowen looking to have a shot. Benrahma can't get a touch. It will be a corner.
Yeah, Declan just good bit of play. Just saw a little gap in front. Just steps into play through the lines. Bounces off to Jared. And good block from Brownhill.
Corner left-hand side with Lanzini. Dawson got to be watched carefully here. Souček as well. Trying to run from deep, I think. Delivery from Lanzini, one arm aloft, swings it in there, right into the mix. Burnley got a head on it, but not away. McNeil on the chase here as he caught his man. It's going to be a corner. West Ham think it's a penalty.
No, it could be a harsh one. The concern is
there's contact.
Yeah,
there is contact. The ball is going out of play. Is there enough contact? They're going to have a look at it, I think. McNeil on Dawson.
It could be.
It could be, couldn't it?
Yeah, it could. It'll be a harsh one if it is called, but
they're having a look at it. VAR. McNeil on Dawson. Dawson certainly gets his left leg around the ball, and it's touched by McNeil. It's a long check. It's a long check. This could go against Burnley. No, we're playing on. We're playing on. Maybe we just got away with one there, Burnley. We've talked about the margins. Maybe just got away with one. Corner West Ham on that far side. It's gone in low. Taylor away. And we've talked about the margins at times, and maybe Burnley just got away with one there. Keeper's coming to collect this and will.
I think
it'd have been harsh, wouldn't it?
I think it's sensible. The actual ball is running away from Dawson. It's going out for a corner. You know, if he's keeping the ball in play, if there was a level of intent that he was actually trying to play it. But as I say, he's ran across Dwight. Got to be careful. And you always hold your breath when a blinking goes to the VAR, but it's...
Yeah, I do agree with you.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do anything with the ball there, was he? Here's Cork for Taylor. Maybe Burnley have wanted it, I don't know. It's McNeil. Well, that's the margins that we've perhaps been talking about. Yeah. Back with Tarkowski. Pings it wide for Lowton. Lowton's done well with this. Benrahma wrong side of him. Lowton tried to get a cross in. It's off the defender. It'll be a corner. That lifts the crowd. Interesting how Burnley work this. They are a biggish side.
Yeah.
But Burnley can cause them problems. The keeper doesn't want to come for the ball, does he?
No, and even for that, when it's gone out for a corner, you can see he loves the protection of his goal. He's a fantastic shot stopper, but he doesn't like balls in and around him. As I say, he is a good goalkeeper. You can see him now. He's on edge, he's on nerve. He's put it underneath him. Swung
in towards that back post. Keeper's pushed it behind, under pressure. To be fair to Fabianski, he's done well there.
Yeah, good arm, as I say.
He's taken the bang, hasn't he? As has Ben Mee. Because it's almost beyond the goal, isn't it,
yeah,
Chris?
It is. He's just concerned. He doesn't know. Once he's gone in the balls, he doesn't know whether that's going to just fall into the back of his net. So it's a good touch, but as you can see, he doesn't look really uncomfortable. He doesn't enjoy any kind of physical encounters, and fair play, Ben's just sort of put him in and around that area.
Swung in now from Westwood. Good delivery in there. Keeper gets a punch on it. To be fair, that's a decent punch from the pole. Cork under pressure here. Comes away from Benrahma. Needs a bit of support. Uses Lowton. Lowton to get the ball back in. It's a lowish one. Headed away. And Burnley could be under trouble here. Lowton wins it. Lanzini quick to win the next ball. Central defenders rushing back. Here's Rice. Space on that far side for Soufal if he can use him. Souček wide for his Czech counterpart. That's gone ball into the middle that Tarkowski's dealt with, and Taylor will have to tidy up. Back to the keeper. Just over 5 minutes of the half remain. Pope to get the ball forward. Easy header for Dawson. Mops everything up in those situations. Tarkowski back to his keeper. Here's Pope. Can't find Goodmanson. Rice wins the header, but out of play. It's easy sat up here. You don't really get a feel for the conditions.
No.
But every time the ball's in the air, it's causing problems.
It is, and I think what from numerous games I played on the turf, it can actually change at half time. I've known you come out and the wind directions change. It did make a difference when you got the new stands. There was a level more protection from what you used to get from the long side, but as I said, they are bad conditions when it's as blustery as this.
Sometimes don't know which direction the wind's in. I mean, that seems a silly thing to say. Ben Rahma's stayed down. That's annoyed the crowd. It's not a head injury. Taylor's bombing on here against Bowen. He's got space. Back inside here. Ball into the middle. Decent ball. Header on from Rodriguez. Just wide. And the referee will get treatment now for Ben Rahma. There's boos from the crowd. But the referee didn't have to stop it there, Chris, did he?
No, unless, as I said, it's correct now that you play on. And as you can see, there's something and nothing in it. He's got himself back up. It's I didn't think there was a lot at the time, but
different cultures in a way, isn't there?
It is, and I think that's why you've got to understand, even when you're bringing in from the recruitment perspective, is just making sure everybody understands, you know, the environment that you're coming into, because we'd often find, even playing against teams, when they're coming up from down south, or you potentially got a foreign lad coming in, you have to make sure that you make it a blinking difficult experience when they come here. And I think, as I say, that's what we tried to set out to do early in the game. We've just got to keep disrupting them, and when we've done that, we've been in the game. Just don't allow them passages.
Here's Souček, right hand side. Soufal trying to get a ball in. It's hit Taylor. Another corner.
Yeah, he's really impressed with Soufal since he's come into the team with them. Dynamic fullback, you know, modern day fullback, gets forward well, good energy, covers well, does all the defensive responsibilities you expect, but then he's got that added bonus getting forward into good dangerous areas.
Didn't pay a fortune either for the Czech lads.
Absolutely, and a lot of experience actually with European football. You know, he's a good Premier League addition.
Good bargains. There's a bit of problem, well, one or two problems in the 6-yard box. There's somebody running behind Pope, and the referee, I think, just wants it to stop. He's having a word with Diop.
Well, he's seen a lot. It's twice now, just through a set piece, that he's pulled something back. So you just got to be careful, because
keep your concentration. Yeah, keep your concentration for the next one. It's swung in a little bit deeper this time. Headed on and wide. There's an opportunity. Souček, isn't it, with the header?
No, he's dangerous. He gets into good areas. As you said, last season he certainly scored a lot of goals which helped West Ham, you know, take the momentum into this season, which they've continued to do.
Just peeled away from his man, and it meant he had a free header. So that was dangerous. Got a bit of everything, West Ham. Passing side, yet they're physical as well.
I like the two, Souček and Rice, when they do go into this formation. You know, they can handle the football, they protect the defensive line well, and they're both a threat, you know, when they do get themselves forward, albeit a lot of the time from set pieces.
Here's Ben Rahma. Rare opportunity for him. It hasn't been starting much. Diop back to his keeper, Fabianski. Approaching the final minute of the 45. Header won by Tarkowski. Again, didn't direct it as he'd liked, but Lowton picks up the next ball. Gudmundsson trying to get in the game against Masuaku, and he's won the challenge. It's wide here for Ben Rahma. Burnley win it back. Foul here. Lowton on Ben Rahma. Crowd not happy. Lowton arms outstretched.
Yeah, again, another little harsh one. A bit like we were talking about before, about the transition from academy football. Ben Rahma was one of the most effective at championship level, certainly when we were playing against them. And then it's just a huge step into this league. And it does take time to adapt. And as I say, he hasn't been as influential in this game thus far, and hopefully that continues. But he's he was definitely one of the standout players in the championship.
With Brentford, yeah, it was great for Brentford, wasn't it? Last 8 minutes at Leyland, and Liverpool are leading Burnley women 3-0. Lanzini collects the ball here. Dangerous position again as we approach injury time. On for Rice. Rice up against Rodriguez. Wide again here for Soufal. Touch by Souček. 2 minutes added time. Ball into the box here. Ben Mee at full stretch gets there. Might break here though for Lanzini, just outside the box. Rodriguez gets back to try and challenge him. He's gone wide from Masuaku. Burnley I want to go in level at half-time. Here's Ben Rama. Boos for him. Crowd unhappy with a couple of times he's gone down. Here's Rice. Left-hand side, uses Masuaku again. Decent ball in. Ben Mee with the header away. Goodmanson to collect, uses Lowton. Lowton with the clearance, got some distance on it. Diop to win it. Rodriguez very nearly got the next ball. And that'll be a Burnley throw. Declan Rice not happy.
Yeah, I think we now just try and just get into the half-time. It's been an okay half.
No more than that, has it?
Yeah,
you know,
no,
they've had the better chances.
Yeah, they have. But as I say, I think we're in and amongst it. We're still in the challenge. We've not allowed them to get up a great deal of steam. They've had glimpses, they've had moments, but nothing that's really troubled us. And as I say, I think the manager will be happy just going in at half-time with a solid clean sheet, and then hopefully we can take something in the second half.
Lanzini hits off Lowton for a throw. They exchange words. Back with Diop, 2 minutes of additional time. Here's Dawson. On in turn for Soufal. Here's Bowen. A little bit deeper for once. Very left-footed, plays on the right-hand side, Bowen. Started at Hereford. That great spell at Hull. Ball forward, cut out well by Taylor. Concedes the throw in front of David Moyes. They take him very quickly. Burnley have got to be sort of wary of that a little, and Ben Mee's caught Antonio here, may go in the book.
There was a warning sign, wasn't there? Soufal, like he has, he's clever, he's intelligent, he runs, he gets the ball quickly, he plays, and they've done it again. That's one thing I'm sure Sean reiterated at half-time, is just how quick and sharp they had to do that, and they looked to play, and again, another foul in a dangerous area for them to whip in just before half-time.
Yeah, you've got to stop, almost find a way of stopping the quick throw-ins, I think.
It is.
Grab hold of the ball and hold on to it a little bit.
It's proverbial. I mean, you used to get you got coached to kick it into Z, not into row A. And it's silly little things, but at these key moments in a game, they're huge.
Rice to place it. Dangerous moments here for Burnley just before half-time. Dawson out of the box at the minute, coming late. Diop in there. Swung in, headed away. Wasn't the best of deliveries, to be fair. Back again with Rice. Burnley applying the pressure. West Ham having to go back for the minute. He'll go back to the keeper. Good from Burnley. And that's the half-time whistle. 0-0 at half-time. Probably the best chances for West Ham. Jay Rodriguez close with a header 4 minutes before half-time from a westward cross. Masuaku had a volley early on. Diop with a header well saved by Nick Pope. And then just before half-time, Socek with a header wide of the target from a corner. Little in the game, goalless at half-time. Things to work on perhaps for Sean Dyche, Chris.
Yeah, no, I think, as I said, I thought we started quite well. We put the ball into those areas, we asked questions, we were winning a lot of second balls. Just as the half sort of transcended that, they just got a little bit of a foothold. You could see Lanzini just finding little pockets of space, and with good interaction you can see why they're dangerous and why they're doing as well as they are. The thing that really for me that Sean will be reiterating is just beware that they are sharp. They do things quickly, and you've got to keep those concentration levels, and you do in the Premier League, not just against West Ham, but it's, as I say, you can see where they're getting a lot of joy. They certainly looks like they've played for quick free kicks, quick throws, etc., getting their ball into dangerous areas. So that for me is just stay in the game, keep doing what we do. We will get chances. It looks like from set pieces we've got opportunities, but overall, just as I said, an okay half, but I think we'd have took that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They are fourth in the division. Good news from the King Power. Leicester leading Newcastle by a goal to nil. I mean, it's been a fantastic achievement. 6 successive seasons in the Premier League.
It has. It's huge.
I mean, you know, you and I, you know, you're looking back to the 90s, 80s and 90s, you wouldn't have believed that, would you?
No, and I think if you look and just be honest with all of ourselves, seeing how we've spent time on Friday down at Gawthorpe, how that's evolved. I've just gone down and seen how the pitches with the under-13s is right out the back and how it's all expanded. So there's a fantastic infrastructure, and I really, you know, on the journey from, you know, when Jimmy Mullen sort of steadily turned the ship around to Stan getting a foothold and getting it in, and how that's gone through different regimes all the way through into Sean now, and he's got this solid, you know, identity, and I think that's the key. Is you understand what Burnley is, and I think that's what's kept us in here for the 6 years, and we can't come away from that. Yes, we would love to have an abundance of corners, but the realism is, you know, he's cost an awful lot of money, and you've got to get that one right. We would have liked to have signed a Borden, etc., but at the time you're not in the market when they can go and blow you out the water for 25 million. Diop's another one where he's come in for 20 million, etc. So somehow we've got to just find a way to continue to grow, and be strategic again with how you can give Sean, you know, the correct squad to make sure it's not only 6 years we stay in it, it's going to be another 6 years of growth, and then we continue for the future, because that will be the challenge, how long we can continue to keep ourselves as a Premier League outfit.
Tell us about yourself. You're with Nottingham Forest.
I mean, it's ironic that the potential there is very reflective upon my time coming into Burnley, where everybody does remember the glories of the European Cup. You've got 2 stars on your shirt, you can't come away from it, but actually that's 40 years ago. And it might just seem it's a heartbeat, but it's 40 years ago. And it was no, feel old. You know, and it was no different to as you came out as the tunnel at the cricket field as it was then, and there was the big plaque of the guys in the 60s when they'd gone on such a tremendous run when they won the Championship, or as the Premier League as it would be now. And it was almost around the time of the you know, Arsenal going all the way through the season without getting beat. You felt a certain pressure, and certainly when you speak to fans, I've always lived local since I've come down from the northeast. You knew what the 60s team was, the 70s team, and that's what Burnley fans expected. Actually, this generation's different, that they've only known the Premier League, but you can sense that with Forest, that, you know, there's a desire to get in, but everybody does remember. And I think what you've got to do is just breathe. Get the foundations in place. We have a fantastic academy. We've got a good manager now who wants to get in there and has the ambitions. And now us as a club have got to match the manager's ambitions. And I think that's kind of where Sean took it. Sean had that ambition as a manager, as a young coach, to get this squad, to get this club into there. And then he's continued to do that and demanded it. So that's certainly where I feel we are as a football club at Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, Steve Cooper came was at Swansea last season, wasn't he? Took them to the playoffs. They lost out in the playoffs, and he's joined Forest. At which stage Forest were in the bottom 3, I think.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Hughton, experienced manager, just had a tough start, and unfortunately the nature of the industry that you actually, if you don't get results, well, you know, it, and we hadn't won in 10, and sadly he lost his job. Fantastic fella, and I still believe, given a little bit of patience, he may have turned it around himself. But Steve's come in, just brought a little bit of energy to what he wants and what he demands, and everybody has to follow suit, because the plan is good. I think the owner, Mr. Marinakis, did come in initially and thought he could have replicated what he's done at Olympiacos, and just managed to buy his way out of the division, and it would just happen. It's a tough division, as we all know, the Championship. I actually think it is the toughest, and I think there's that realisation now of, right, we have to be a little bit strategic about how we go about this, when we bring players in at certain areas. But we do believe we've got a good enough squad that can compete, and that's shown in recent form. But now we just got to make sure who we do bring in is probably a little bit of experience, because we have a lot of good youngsters in the team, but then who just have that little bit of nous how to get out the division.
Yeah, I saw you on Friday, under 23s. Burnley played Forest on Friday, and you played the reverse fixture at the City Ground, didn't you, earlier in the season? So an established academy, Forest.
Yeah, and I mean, that was part of the remit when I went in, was to make sure that we got the Category 1 status, so we can compete against the Premier League teams. We structured the coaches through, so Andy Reid, who knows everything about Nottingham Forest, was a fantastic player himself, takes the 23s. We were fortunate enough that we headhunted Warren Joyce, who I'd played with here, and spent time coaching at Man United with, and seeing just what he was, and he's a key component of developing footballers ready for the challenges ahead. So even the recruitment behind the coaching staff, we've been a little bit strategic in what we're doing, and in order to bring that forward. But it's good. We played against Burnley at the City Ground. It was quite a tight encounter. I think we both scored in injury time as well.
It was dramatic, wasn't it? Anthony Glennon got the equaliser.
It was, but it felt something. It meant something.
Yeah,
it was a Friday night, if I remember, and you could actually. It felt almost like a fixture, and that's what you want to replicate.
Yeah, they've got to be proper games, haven't they? At that
under
level.
The lights, and yes, you may not have the magnitude of a full house, and we had just nearly 30,000 at our last home game, but you've got to replicate that feeling, that coming down the tunnel, that the landmarks of where you are on the pitch, and it becomes second nature.
Because we've got away a little bit from that, wasn't it? It was, it used to be the Central League, probably just before you started playing, and the Central League was a pretty tough division.
Well,
you carried maybe 14 players. You took 14 players away with you. Everybody else stayed and played in the reserve league.
It was, and I think and you were playing against men, and I think the one club who's probably getting it right at the moment is Leeds. So Bielsa, if you don't play on the Saturday, you'll actually play on the Monday in the 23s fixture. Or
won the division last year,
and that's it. And they may only play 45 minutes, they only play 60 minutes, but they keep in the game fitness. What that does is passes on to the youngsters because they're playing with experience.
Yeah.
So you see what good looks like. And as I say, even from my time here, you knew if you weren't in the starting 11. We only had one sub when I first started. You were in the reserves. It was as simple as that, and then it came to 3. But you had a realistic opportunity to the point. I can remember playing at Gawthorpe in the A-team league. Jimmy Mullen coming down watching, pulling me off and putting me on the sub bench. And because you were there, he's watching at 11 o'clock. Oh, Brassey's had a good game, 45 minutes. Pulled you off, go and get stripped. You sat on the subs bench here.
We had Cole Palmer, didn't we? Came on against Burnley, went and played that evening for the under-23s and got a hat-trick. Yeah, so it does work, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and at that age it's right, because what it sent, the message was, if you do well, the manager's going to pull you out and do it. So he's come down onto the training. You look at Jimmy Mullins there, you had to be on it. So it wasn't just a testimonial game, which some of 23 football can be at times. You're actually thinking, right, well, Brassey's gone, he can get dragged back. And you're almost setting the precedent.
What about me?
If you didn't train correctly, you didn't make squads, etc., etc. There was none of this. You were guaranteed a shirt, and I think that's where you've got to have that hunger and desire. And if you have that, you come through ultimately.
We had a quick chat with Glenn about the 97-98 season, which was just about the most dramatic season in Burnley's history, I think.
Yeah.
Chris Waddle came as a manager, and he was out of the picture, wasn't he? He was out of the pitch. There was a quote from Glenn Roder, to say that he's not fit to lace the boots of Chris Waddle, and he looked like he was on his way out. We finished the season so well.
Yeah. I mean, if I remember rightly, at the time, and it may have been a little bit tongue-in-cheek from Glenn,
so.
but nonetheless, even Glenn says, this is Chris Waddle, someone who he loved and looked up to.
A proper player, real player.
However, Glenn was, and I was actually the one who played behind them both, or during certain periods. And Chris, great, fantastic. Give him the ball, he's never given it away, but Glenn had something special that he would actually carry you up the pitch, etc. And I think once the manager quickly realised that, I've been a player manager, it's the most difficult thing you can do, and you've got 101 things to think about, and not only your performance along with other things that happen off. I think once Chris suddenly realised, right, if I actually step back and try and manage this, we don't have a bad team. We actually went on certainly the run from January was promotion form, and we were all shocked. It didn't work out for Chris for whatever reason, but we were shocked he left, because not dissimilar to what West Ham's doing, you knew you were going to take that momentum into the following season, and if you could have done that, that was kind of what surprised us, really, was that it wasn't for him, which is fine, but he had got a good young squad together, and we all knew and understand our
found
roles
a formation, found a method. I mean, it was a big day on that last day. Had to beat Plymouth to stay up. Plymouth needed a draw themselves to stay up.
I think that's
everything.
Winner takes all, wasn't it?
I
think even if we drew, we went down.
Yeah, that's right.
So we knew we had to win, and Glenn's memory's better than mine when he does recollect game situations. But I certainly remember the ball coming into the area. Mark Winstanley taking a wild shot at it and missing it, which might not surprise the Burnley fans, but time stopped, and as I was a covering fullback, I tried to put a little bit of pressure on. I knew I wasn't going to get to the guy who Mark should have been marking, and albeit Chris Woods pulls out this fantastic save to keep us winning the game 2-1. So, and as history shows, we managed to win and stay up, and it felt like promotion. It
was 19,000 at Turf Moor that day.
No, and little moments like that, actually, as I said, they make you where we are today.
I think so.
It could have spiraled again.
Without that, probably wouldn't have gone up 2 years later, and probably not at this time, in the top flight. No. It's a sort of sliding doors
crazy.
moment.
And it wouldn't have given us the opportunity to stand coming in, etc. It's I'm a big fatalist, and things do happen for reasons.
Yeah.
And as I said, certainly.
I tell you, who was good that day. Andy Cook was magnificent that day. No, didn't perhaps get the credit he deserved, didn't he? It's a bit of a battering ram, wasn't he? As a centre forward.
Cookie was probably one of the most honest centre forwards I've played with, but got some very, very crucial goals, on that day as well, especially. And Andy Payton, truly and simply because of his record, probably took a lot of plaudits away from Cookie, but Pates was certainly someone who would adhere to what Andy did for him. He took away an awful lot of pressure.
Not a bad partnership, was it?
It wasn't. It was a great. Certainly in the system, as a 4-4-2, it was a great partnership. But if the ball fell in the box, you knew who you wanted it to land to. But 9 times out of 10, it was from the hard work and disruption that Cookie had sort of caused to give him the chances.
Sure. Plays it back out. Thanks, Brassy. That was great. Some great memories. No changes as far as I can see. 0-0 at half-time. Burnley, Pope in goal. Lowton, Tarkowski, Mead, Taylor at the back. Gudmundsson, Westwood, Cork, McNeil in midfield. Rodriguez and Wood up top. West Ham, Fabianski in goal. 4 at the back. Soufal, Dawson, Diop, Maziarku, holding roles for Rice and Souček. Ahead of them, Lanzini, Bowen, Benrahma and Antonio. We are underway, second half. Big half for Burnley, 0-0 at half-time. Looking for Wood. Dawson wins the header. Westwood to try and stab it forward. Gudmundsson can't win it. Might break on that far side for Lowton. Touch back for Tarkowski. Looking early, giving Gudmundsson a lot to do. Mazuaka lets it bounce, well won by Wood. Here's Gudmundsson by the byline now. Touch back for Lowton. Lowton to get it in there, might fall. Chance for Rodriguez, blocked by Dawson. Looked like he hit it well.
Yeah,
Corner
good
Burnley.
block. Got to give him credit. It's but good play. We straight in the ascendancy. Good set from Gudmundsson. Great ball in. Good bit of movement. Just used the pace. Good connection from J-Rod. And as I said, credit to Dawson. Good block.
Promising start to the second half. Bodies in the way. McNeil to deliver, swings it in. He was blocked off, was he there? The crowd excited. Taylor gets a shot away that's blocked. Need to win the next ball. Cork has.
Yeah, I think there's nothing in that, to be honest. They may check it back on the VAR, but I think it's just a coming together. It wasn't an intent.
Just got the crowd excited, didn't he? Cork's done well. Got the ball back to Pope. Rodriguez up against Soufal blocked by Rodriguez, done well there. Chase here for Wood. Dawson under pressure has got it away. Lanzini to head on. Rice looking to help it on to Benrahma. West Ham breaking forward with Benrahma. Algerian inside for Rice. Rice just comes away from his man, does that so well, drives forward really well into the box. Good challenge from me, might still fall in there. Benrahma to try and get it. Does that come back off the post? Perhaps it's gone behind for a corner. What a run that was from Declan Rice.
Great run again. He's seen it, as I said in the first half. He just steps into play. He's not, you know, someone who's got tremendous acceleration, but he's a strong runner, good balance. If he'd have gone down there might have been a...
could have done, couldn't he?
Fair play, at least he's honest about it.
I think it's a block. It didn't hit the woodwork. It's a block and gone behind. Off Benrahma. Corner here, swung in towards that post. Flicked on. Might be kept in play here. Burnley should get it away. Chris Wood looking to relieve the pressure. Soufal. Game's lively at the start of the second half. Benrahma looking to get a delivery in. This is Nick Pope's. Easy take. Nobody round him. Rolls it out for Lowton. Defender's not back if Burnley can capitalise. Lowton goes past one. Ball inside, can't find a man. Might just break for West Ham here. Rice is seeing a lot of the ball. Benrahma. Game's opened up a touch. Benrahma through the middle. Rides one challenge. Tarkovsky with a good, strong challenge to win the ball. I think it was fair. Benrahma wasn't happy, but I think it was okay. It was Goodmanson, right-hand side, looking to get the better of Masuaku. Just uses McNeil. The overlaps from Lowton. McNeil inside for Westwood. Westwood to get a ball in, looking for Rodriguez. Touches it down. Goodmanson goes down. Nothing in that. Westwood to win it. Here's Lowton. Ball inside for me. Lifts the crowd. Wide here for Charlie Taylor. Up against Bowen. Looking to take him on the outside here. Bowen's got a touch, has he? Taylor's kept it in play. Done well with it, Taylor, and fouled. That's a free kick. Just never gives up, Charlie Taylor, does he?
No, fantastic play. You know, he's realising he's going into the corner, 2v1 situation, trying to get something. Excellent composure just to come back inside the chop, and he's forced the foul from Bowen. Did he get a yellow?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. It was similar, I guess, to the challenges that we saw Taylor and me book for. I think Sean Dyche isn't happy, but it is a free kick. It's only maybe 4 yards outside the 18-yard box, left-hand side. Almost a short corner, if you will. Ashley Westwood to place the ball, two-man wall. What can Burnley do here? Westwood will try and put pressure on the keeper. Really good run from Charlie Taylor. Westwood with the delivery, dinks it in there. It's headed away by Dawson. Is it going behind? Ben Mee wants it to go behind. Defender's done well with it. Cork to win the next ball towards the corner flag, trying to get it back inside. Masuaku will give it away. Relieve the pressure. Burnley to win it back through Lowton. Good from Burnley. Goodmanson down that right-hand side. Inside for Cork. On in turn for McNeil. McNeil looking to have a shot. Blasted over. Just thought he could have a crack at goal, perhaps. Didn't trouble the keeper. Goal kick.
No, he's opened up, and I think he should be hitting the target from there. But it's sorry, I'm just watching back on the possible penalty on Ben. There's nothing in it. There's really not.
Yeah, it's Soufal, I think, just keeping his ground.
I think that'd have been the other way. Ben would have been disappointed as he just ran across him and nothing.
Yeah. Kick here from Fabianski. Header won by Cork. Break for Soufal. Foul given against Cork. Souček on the halfway line. Not sure why the referee had to stop it there. Here's Diop for Dawson. Dawson looking further forward. Antonio trying to flick it on. Charlie Taylor to just drop back and deal with it. That'll be a goal kick. Crowd found the voice. And then it is just one winning 16 Premier League games here at home. Some of the crowd just stay behind the lads, to be fair.
And you feel it, you certainly do, and I think that's the key. If we just keep in the game, keep the pressure, if we can get the crowd just a moment, just to excite them, as you say, they're certainly doing their bit at the moment to keep us in the game.
Souček wins that. Ben Mee will tidy up. Pope to collect it. Skipper back after a shoulder injury. One of 3 changes. No Cornet, of course. And Brownhill misses out today. Caught back into the midfield. Dawson through the back of Rodriguez. Did well there, Rodriguez. Knew he was coming, I think. Free kicks in a nice position.
Yep.
Good ball from me, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Just go through the back of him. It is a foul.
Yeah, Giroud's done well. He knows what's coming, and he's just read it and gone down. But as I say, gives us another opportunity to put it in with a little bit of quality into a dangerous area.
Westwood and McNeil over it, two-man wall. It's McNeil to deliver. Just gets a nice arc on it. Might break here for Lowton. Screams of shout, puts it back in there. It's a little bit too deep, I think. And it'll go behind for a goal kick. You perhaps just wonder about Burnley's final ball today. It's maybe not been quite good enough at times.
No, you just need that bit of quality. And I think the only real bit of quality we're really in the game is from Lanzini. Just got that there. Declan Rice has ran through into certain areas, but the one who can just unlock you with a pass has been him, and it just needs that. Again, conditions are difficult, but you've just got to find that moment when you can put it with a little bit more pace on the ball into dangerous areas to get that chance.
Here's Antonio looking to get a ball in. Well blocked by Ben Mee. Antonio try again. Was a right winger at first, and he's gone in a good run here. I think it came off him last of all. In fact, it's going to be a corner. I don't think anybody was entirely sure.
No, I think he's
bit of pinball in there.
No, I think it's a correct decision, but he just shown, as you alluded to, when he was a winger, that's what he did do well years ago at Wigan and even at Forest most recently. But he's powerful. He's not particularly got the best trickery, but he's just powerful, relies upon his strength and pace.
I think the last touch of Antonio was behind the line, to be fair. Bowen with the delivery, swings it in. Pope comes, good collection. Good to see him doing that.
It is, again, he's made some good choices, good decisions today, and it's pleasing this far that everything he's done has been positive.
Bottom line is he got one wrong, didn't he? One wrong at Newcastle. It was perhaps marginal. Apart from that, he's been excellent for Burnley. Tarkowski can't find the front men with the ball. Solchek helps it wide for Soufal. Both of those played against England in the Euros. As did Matty Vidra, came on as a sub in the game. Sterling's goal separated the two sides. Lanzini on for Rice. Here's Bowen. Hits it against him, does Rice, but they've still tidied that up. Solchek goes wide here for Soufal. Looks to get a cross in, low and hard. Blocked by Mee. Taylor looking to go on the outside, clears his lines nicely. Rodriguez with the chest, down for McNeil. McNeil looking wide here for Goodmanson, intercepted by Masuaku. He'll drive forward now. Benrahma on the overlap and use him. Benrahma into the box now. Burnley a little bit unfortunate. Chance for Lanzini. Good block, brave block from Cork. Soufal to collect the loose ball. Pressure here from West Ham. Men in the middle here to the Tarkowski with a header. Burnley trying to hold on to the ball here. Wood can't find McNeil. Here's Rice driving into the box now. Rice low and hard. Tarkowski with a block. Still in there with Bowen. On for Rice again. Looks to put power in. Benrahma with a header. Super save. Nick Pope moving to his right hand side. Benrahma looked like he'd got that in the corner. That's a fine save.
It is, and good play again from Declan Rice. He's tremendous ball. He's drove into areas. A little bit disappointed with McNeil's reaction. These are the bits you've got to keep going. Stop it. And we can't carry anybody today. Everybody's got to be at it.
Corner on that far side. Big opportunity that for West Ham. Good save from Pope. Swung in again. Pope's coming. Gets a good punch on it. Got some good distance on it. That's all you can ask from a keeper. But it's back again with the taker Lanzini. Swings in across. Far too deep this time. Goal kick. It's that decision for a keeper, isn't it? Do I punch? Do I catch? It isn't easy, is it?
No, it's not. And as I say, he's certainly made good decisions. Good reaction save from Benrahma. But he has his... I'm pleased, as I say. It was one mistake in Newcastle, but you make them as keepers, and I think certainly the one area on the pitch where you've got to have real resolute mental attributes is here. He just looks a little bit shaken. I don't know.
He's taking the bang, I think.
Yeah.
When he came for that last cross, I think he's taken the bang.
No,
he doesn't need treatment. He's okay. Wayne Ennis is on his feet again. I mean, he's nearly got 100 caps for Wales. It's not a bad replacement, is he, in the Premier League?
Good keeper and fair player. As soon as he has seen something, he's jumped up and bounced up. There's plenty of keepers who normally got the blankets on and sat there just enjoying a brew, but it's fair dues. At least he's getting himself ready should he be recoined.
Pope with the kick. Might break here for Westwood. Just had a stab at it. Dawson to tidy up. Soufal. Soucek looking down the line. And that's gone out of play. It'll be a throw. Burnley bench. Hennessy, Brownhill, Lennon, Collins, Peters, Bardsley, Vidra, Long and Thomas. No Ashley Barnes at the moment. No Maxwell Cornet. So a little bit under strength up front. Bowen trying to nick that. And he's done well with it. Benrahma inside for Lanzini. Lanzini on in turn for Rice. Masuaku coming forward. Burnley have got numbers back. Here's Rice again. Masuaku left-hand side. Uses Benrahma. Benrahma back inside for Rice.
Looks like we've got to make a change.
Yes, it does. Yeah, looks like it's Vidra. Yeah, here's Rice again driving forward. Burnley have got to stop this somehow. He's looking to get the cross in. Tipped over by Pope. Antonio is waiting at the far post. I mean, he's not the quickest, Rice, but when he's in full throttle, there's no stopping him.
His awareness, if you look at just how he carries the ball, he takes it away, protects it well. He's a really, really intelligent footballer, and I think the role that he has, certainly for West Ham and England, it really does suit him.
Corner on that far side, more pressure here from West Ham. Antonio is on Pope. Should be cleared here by Westwood. Nobody up. He's almost got to chase his own clearance here, and he's doing that. He's putting pressure on Masuaku. It's gone wide here for Lanzini. West Ham are just finding the ball in key areas now, and he's taking on Lowton. In the box now, Lanzini. Good challenge. Had to be ever so careful there, Lowton, and was. Can't find the front man, though. Masuaku to tidy up. Soufal back to Masuaku. Vidra's just taking a drink from the bench. Move backwards. Ball forward here for Benrahma. Good skill from him. He's got the better of Tarkowski. In towards goal. Me with the clearance. The final ball wasn't great, but it was a great run from Benrahma. Burnley just struggling a touch here. Perhaps wanted to make the change. It was a quick throwing again from West Ham. They do that so well. Antonio with a shot over. And Burnley make the change now. They keep the game moving, don't they, West Ham?
Do.
Whether it's free kicks, throw-ins.
That's it, and I think that's why they've had success this year. Because they're bright, they get it. The final ball is probably just letting them down a little bit. As Benrahma, a great bit of skill, gets in the key area. But no, I think we just need to retain a little bit of possession now and just keep a foothold in the game.
It's Chris Wood that makes way. Not going to add to his tally of 7 goals against West Ham. That's a little bit of a surprise.
Yeah, he's not particularly been in the game, but it's certainly someone, just a bit of a focal point, and he's got a goal in him. And I think, you know, with us losing Cornet and not scoring an abundance of goals, you want to try and keep them on.
Here's Vidra. Touch back from McNeil. McNeil. He's got Taylor on the overlap. McNeil's perhaps not been in the game as much as Burnley would like. He's looking to make progress down that left-hand side. Back for Taylor, good footwork. Taylor comes inside, driving towards the box now. Back with Court, wide for McNeil. Burnley having to be patient. McNeil looking to take on Bowen, going on the outside. Dummies the cross, still going here. It's against Bowen, and that'll be a corner.
Yep, just got to try and put it in a bit sooner. Managing to double up, and again the brightness of what their players. I think we're just holding on to it a little bit too much. But you've got to move it quickly, get it into areas. We did it early on. Let's try and get back to that.
Here's Westwood. Tarkowski makes an early move, swung in towards Tarkowski. Foul given against Tarkowski on the keeper. Groans from the crowd.
Yeah, he's protecting him, and again, I mean, it probably is the right decision, that one, because as you can see, James has come in and used his momentum to go into him. It's more of an after effect than anything else, but
it's a softish one, isn't it? It's a softish.
I'm not too sure we'd have seen those ones that we went back to the 80s and 90s as we were talking.
No. Free kick it is. So it's Vidra and Rodriguez up front now. Vidra had a big chance last week at Newcastle just before half-time. Here's Bowen, looking to turn Taylor. Drive forward now, coming inside, Jarrod Bowen. Hooks it wide for Benrahma. Benrahma thought about getting the cross in early, uses Rice. Souček to tidy up. Here's Benrahma again, looks to have a shot here, but it's well wide. Keeping them to shots from distance, perhaps.
Yeah, good opportunities. Again, you'd fancy them to hit the target from there, but they just pass for a purpose. You can see it once they get into that final third, when you have to pass with intensity and a little bit more ball speed. They're certainly doing that, I feel, better than what we are right now.
Pope in no hurry to take the goal kick. Remember, Watford at Turf Moor on Wednesday. That's a 7:30 kick-off. Then Burnley go to Aston Villa on Saturday. So 3 games in 6 days. Rodriguez trying to flick that on for Vidra. Antonio and Mee clash here. Mee's done well to get a touch on the ball. Souček just done well there against Rodriguez. Here's Soufal. Touch back here for Dawson. Souček looking to clip it down the line. Taylor's done well to reach that. It'll be a throw. Look how quickly West Ham take throws. They don't hang about. Hit against McNeil. It'll be another throw here. Soufal with it, but not from there. Graham Scott insisting he goes back, and goes back a little bit more. Soufal with it. You do wonder if you've taken it from the wrong spot. Sometimes it does get transferred. Here's Antonio. Touch on for Benrahma, looking for Antonio again. Taylor wants it to run out of play. Antonio's won it. He's big and strong and physical. Looking to get a cross in towards the back post for Benrahma. Tarkowski will deal with this. Hooks it away. Benrahma's header was back into the 6-yard box. Burnley just hanging on a little now. Goodmanson to get that forward. Cut out by Rice. Goodmanson can't get hold of that. Here's Benrahma. Masuaku's driving forward as well here. Into the box. Hooks into the middle. Taylor's there. Knocks it behind. Burnley are hanging on a little here.
We're just allowing them to get ahead of steam. You're starting to now see the reason why they are 4th in the division. We've just got to make sure we can just weather this storm. It's the first real period that they've had of sustained pressure. We've now just got to hopefully somehow just diffuse it. Take a little bit of an impetus out of their game and just stay in it.
Yeah, corners are dangerous. Gone short this time. Masuaku just back to the taker, Lanzini. Goodmanson goes to him. Lanzini gets a ball in, headed partially away. Burnley can't get it away. It's Vidra with the header away. Cork trying to battle. Touch back here. Soufal. Soufal looking to go down the right-hand side. Rodriguez with him. Burnley won the ball. Cork under pressure, needs a bit of support here. Back for Taylor, Taylor for Rodriguez, hugging this touchline. Back for Cork, on for Taylor. Taylor clears his lines. Can Vidra win it against Dawson? Puts pressure on Rice, but he'll break for Lanzini again. Just keeping the ball well, West Ham. Keeping the pressure on. Leicester are 2 up now against Newcastle. Leicester 2, Newcastle United 0. It's 0-0 here. Remember, 3 sides locked on 10 points. Norwich, Burnley and Newcastle. 3 points behind Watford. Masuaku looking to spread it here. There's too much on that. And that will go behind for a goal kick. He's got a couple of subs warming up, and I think Burnley are going to make a change.
And correctly so. I think, as you say, the momentum has just switched to West Ham. He'll just try and shore it up. I think he need a little bit more energy, possibly in the wide areas, possibly in the centre of midfield. He will just try and just shake the pack a little bit. But yeah, we definitely need to see at least one more change.
Pope will go short here for Lowton. Lowton had just dropped back to collect the goal kick. Looks forward here for Vidra, but Masuaku cuts it out. Next one, Westwood. Here's Goodmanson. Not really got in the game second half, Goodmanson. Here's Lowton for Tarkowski. Tarkowski looking early. Too much on it. Diop away. Here's Vidra. Vidra trying to turn. Helps it on for McNeil. More central McNeil. Wide for Taylor. Taylor now up against Soufal. Thought about going on the outside. We'll use Cork. Cork inside here for Westwood. Westwood back for Mee. Burnley having a little bit of spell of possession. It's with Taylor left-hand side. Back for Mee. Mee to clip it forward. Dawson will win it. Good header. That's come off. Cork. It'll be a throw to West Ham. Burnley not quite ready with the change yet.
No, I think we just slowly just took a little bit of the pressure off that we did have, and again, I think we just got to keep it now.
Looks like Josh Brownhill's coming on, I think. He's on 4 yellow cards. A little bit unlucky to miss out. Had a really good game, I thought, at Newcastle. Ben Rama's on the deck. Referee not impressed. Ball forward here looking for Rodriguez. Too much on it. Just happened too often, that, for Burnley. When they've got men in the middle, the ball has been a stray one.
Yeah, it's just that bit of quality that you need, you know, to put a ball that's going to give us a real opportunity. It's the ball that they're putting in at the moment. They're just 5 balls, and it's not fair on J-Rod. He's living off scraps.
Just wonder who Brownell's coming on for. Might be Gudmundsson. Maybe play wide right. Might be one of the central 2. Or does he go 3 in the middle?
He might just shore it up against them, and just they're getting a little bit of joy coming through the middle. He may just add an extra body in there.
Lanzini just got out of a hole there, I think. Bowen to touch it back inside for Diop. We've played 68 minutes, halfway through the second half. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Masuaku's been impressive today. Skips past Gudmundsson. Halfway line, ball inside's not a great one. As I praise him, he loses possession. McNeil can't keep that. West Ham are strong. They're getting to the ball well. Rested players on Thursday night to good effect, I think. Here's Ben Rama hugging that left touch line. Ball inside. Solcek to help it on for Lanzini. Here's Masuaku. Uses Rice. Always available, Declan Rice. Touch on for Bowen. Soufal's wide right and used. They always seem to have a man in space. Soufal coming inside. Central now. Hooks it on for the other fullback. Masuaku on in turn for Ben Rama. Left-hand side. Good pressure from West Ham. Very patient. Masuaku again. Here's Ben Rama. Does he look to get the cross in? Been very patient. Solcek had joined Antonio in the middle. Just picking their moment, perhaps. Here's Antonio, come away from the front line. Keeps the ball well. Helps it on for Bowen. Corner of the box. In the box now, Bowen. On for Antonio. Antonio looking to have a shot. Skied it. Burnley defended well. I know, you know, West Ham were dominating possession, but Burnley did get men behind the ball well there.
Yeah, we're quite a low block, but it's the worry is that we've just not got a real intent to put pressure on the ball, and they are keeping it a bit too easily. But there's enough bodies behind it. We'll have to be a clever bit of player to unlock us. But as I said, just would like a little bit more intent in the press.
Change being made here. Not seen the board yet. Ben Rama's made way, hasn't he? For West Ham.
Yeah, it's no surprise there, Ben Rama. I think he just hasn't been on this game just as we would have thought, but it just looks alike for like. Brownhill's come on, Westwood's gone off. So I wouldn't anticipate any kind of formation change.
No. On 70 minutes, so 20 minutes for Josh Brownhill. Vlasic has come on for West Ham. Vlasic, the former Everton player, Croatian international. So he'll tend to play where Ben Rama was, left-hand side. Here's Lowton, looking for Vidra over the top. Vidra just get a touch on it. Will it break for Rodriguez? Not quite. Soufal did well. Challenge from Tarkowski might be deemed a foul, but they've got away with it. But they're breaking now. It's with Declan Rice. Burnley looking to get men back here. Rice driving forward again, going on the outside. Decent ball, but it'll go behind for a goal kick. It was all happening there for a minute.
Yeah, another good passage from Declan. He just quickly gets into good areas.
I'm beginning to think he's got some pace.
No, he's strong, he's powerful, as I said. He's got pace. You can see that because he's driving past Lowton. He doesn't have acceleration. He's just a strong runner, and what he does do, he makes decisions quickly. As he's got half a yard, he's not allowed Lowton to get back, and he's put it in a fantastic area.
He was at Chelsea, wasn't he?
He was
their academy, and at that point he was a centre-back, wasn't
he? Yeah, and I think, ironically, they didn't think that he had enough pace for a centre-back. But if you look look at the abundance of talent that's come through in his they're
going to miss one or
group.
two.
Well, you know, and they still keep on producing and continue to do so.
Here's Lowton. The ball a little bit behind him. Uses Brownhill again. Brownhill dinks one down the right channel, but Masuaku's read that. Here's Rice again. Wrestled by Gudmundsson. There'll be a foul inside the West Ham half, so I don't think there'll be a booking.
No, he's lost a boot though. I think it's tied up, but he's really is one step ahead. You have to say he's Lanzini showed moments of class in the final third, but Rice just looks over head and shoulders above anybody out there.
Looks an international player, doesn't he?
Absolutely, and fair play to him. He made correct decisions. He seems to be in everything that's good about West Ham. Really impressive display so far.
It remains 0-0. 18 minutes remain. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Clarets have made 2 changes. Vidra and Brownhill on. Westwood and Wood off. Decided to, the keeper's going to take the free kick after all that. And he plants it forward. Oh, it's just gone beyond Ben Mee, but Charlie Taylor will tidy up. Had a steady away game again today. Taylor looking forward, looking for Vidra. Vidra jumps. Might break for him again here. Collects it. Done well to collect it. Crowd like that. Gets away from Rice. I thought he was fouled by Rice, actually. He was. Then Vidra's fouled Dawson, perhaps, but the initial foul was Rice on Vidra. He's got something a little bit different, Chris, hasn't he?
He's just brought a little bit of energy to it. As I say, he physically he may not have the attributes that Woody has, but he's just brought a little. He put them on the back foot, and he has an energy about him. You know, he's. I don't think he's ever really took off in his time with us, but he does show glimpses and sparks of the reasoning behind sort of bringing him here.
McNeil with the delivery, swung in looking for Tarkowski, does win the header, easy take though for Fabianski, and West Ham looking to get on with it now. Bowen's moved down this side, Brownhill's on the chase, got the energy to get there, Brownhill, but Bowen will load it up, wait for support, and they're bombing forward now. Bowen helps it on for Lanzini, right hand side, Taylor goes to him. Burnley have got numbers back, but it's inside nicely now. Here's Vlasic, goes wide from Masuaku. On again for Vlasic. Never really happened for him at Everton. Just get a decent ball in though, Ben Mee with a header away. Here's Rodriguez, he's got McNeil with him, looking for McNeil. McNeil looking to drive forward. West Ham have got men back. McNeil's done well. Is he going to try and pick out Vidra? Diop wins the header. Wasn't deep enough the ball. Brownhill jumps with... Solchek gets it on for McNeil. Brownhill stayed down and fouled. Soufel, in fact, that just caught him. The crowd like that. Bit of energy just helped Burnley there. They wanted to take it quickly, but the referee says no. Never clear when you can take it quickly, is it? It's one of football's sort of grey areas.
It is, but I think the pleasing thing certainly for Brownhill there is he's just come on and he's disrupted what they're about now. And credit to Sean, he probably just knows what the energy he brings to it. And they were getting the joy through there. We talked about bringing an extra body in there, but his energy's actually disrupted play.
Here's McNeil with the delivery. It's too deep. It's too deep, unfortunately. Tried to just angle it in there, and it's gone beyond the big men, and that'll be a goal kick.
It's frustrating at times with Dwight, because he's got such a lovely left foot that you'd want him to whip it in with a little bit more venom in these conditions. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to use the wind and things to curl it in there, but he truly does strike a ball so well, and then if he hit it with a little bit more pace, I'm sure it'd be tougher for them.
There's Steven Gerrard. Burnley go to Aston Villa on Saturday. Fabianski with the kick. Final 15 minutes. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Looking for Antonio. It's gone beyond him and me. Taylor wins the next header. Brownhill to tidy up. Lowton to look long. It's a little bit hit and hope. Diop will win it. They've soaked that up quite well, the big men at the back. Might break here for Court. Just touches it on for McNeil. McNeil checks, comes inside, does that quite well. Picks out Tarkowski. Here's Brownhill. Brownell looking to get the ball forward. He's found Rodriguez. Lay off for Vidra. Vidra looking to have a shot. It's well blocked. Dawson back to the keeper and away. That'll be a throw. Just lifted the crowd a little, hasn't it? Vidra and Brownell.
You just wanted something. They've just put a little bit of a spark, getting a shot off. Dawson again's in and around, snuffing us out. But it's you just want to get the ball into the area, a shot across the tackle, whatever it is. It raises the crowd. They've tried their bit on 55 minutes to give a voice. Now I think it's up to the players just to try and get them behind it as well now.
0-0 it is. Going to be Fabianski with it. Targets Antonio. Tarkowski will jump with him, wins the header. Next one, Souček. Tarkowski across to win it. McNeil gets a touch. Tarkowski will have to win it again. Looking long over the top for Vidra. Diop wins it. Dawson's maybe not got the pace. If Vidra could get behind him. Here's Soufal looking for Antonio. Just eases me out the way. Looked like handball as well. Double hit. That'll be a free kick.
I actually think Ben's got away with one.
Has he?
I really do. He's clever. It's
I wonder if he handles it after, actually.
Yeah, if you watch, he's on the wrong side. He
does handle it, doesn't he?
He's handled it, yeah. But fair dues, Ben.
Let's say the free kick's for handball.
Yeah, I'll let him get away with that one. He deserves it with what he done.
Brownhill to win the header. Just from a little bit more competitive, perhaps. Here's McNeil, uses Taylor. Is there a goal in it for Burnley here? Taylor back for McNeil. Looks to get a cross in. Too near the keeper. Landing on the roof of the net. It's just not happening for Dwight at the minute.
No, he's got to keep on though. This is it.
Yes.
This is part and parcel of it. Be brave enough to have it. He's a good Blinken player, and this is when you've got to be brave, you will make mistakes. Continue to do them. We've just got a little bit of an impetus right now. I know they're going to make another change.
4-0, I think.
I think if we can hopefully keep our the momentum ourselves and just take it into the final bit, we could just nick a goal.
Oh, hang on. Lowton with a really good challenge as the ball ran through towards Vlasic. Sort of coming from his wrong side, Lowton. And he had to just make sure he got the ball there to cover the central defenders. Did really well, Matt Lowton. Bit of pressure on his spot at the minute.
Phil
Bards and Connor Roberts.
Connor Roberts, yeah. I'm still sat here. I would put him under a bit of pressure as well. But no, it is. But you need that, and I think that's when you look at the squads, it keeps you on top of your game. You know that there's someone sat in the stands who can quite adequately come in to take your place. So again, I think we need to just make sure our squad gets a bit more depth.
Soufal inside for Rice. Approaching the final 10 minutes. Masuaku wide for Vlasic. And that's going to be a West Ham throw. The ref wants them a little bit further back. Fornells is coming on now. And it's Lanzini that makes way. He's been good. For like.
He has. He's done well, but he's just kind of drifted out again. But it's not a bad change.
It isn't, is
someone
it?
Who's got a little bit of energy, he'll get straight onto it, and he's wanting the ball as he's took it straight away.
Just a small matter of 24 million. It's not a bad change. Pope will kick this out of his hands. 0-0 here. Burnley 0, West Ham 0. Never kept a clean sheet in the Premier League here, West Ham. They're 10 minutes away from doing that. Soufal with the throw, right-hand side. Gets it back off Fornells. Antonio to jump and flick on. Tarkowski wins the next. Vidra can't win the ball. Crowd thought he was fouled. Referee doesn't agree. Rice to hack it away. Work here for Ben Mee. He's going to run through to his keeper. Easy one for Nick Pope. Pope will roll it out for James Tarkowski. Back again for Pope. Pope with a big boot forward. Gudmundsson switched sides here. He's gone left-hand side. Wins the header. Vidra. Nice skill. Takes it down. What's he got ahead of him? Looking here for McNeil. Didn't work out though. And away comes Antonio, right-hand side now, running at the Burnley defence. Bowen with him. Vlasek to try and join him, but it's tidied up. Good challenge from Ben Mee. Tarkowski looking to take men on, and he's lost out. Free kick to West Ham in the end. I think for handball when he was on the deck. Here's Antonio. Touch back here finds Vlasek. Vlasek looking to drive forward. He's got support, Soufal right-hand side. Goes back for Souček. Souček wide for Soufal. West Ham have been good in possession. Dawson. Diop, centre circle. 8 minutes remain. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Here's Diop. Threads a ball through, touched on. Well won here though, and McNeil will drive forward. Right-hand side, McNeil just checked his stride. Nice skill. Comes away with it. He's got Charlie Taylor left-hand side and uses him. Good from Burnley. And Taylor will bomb on. You know he's got the energy. Looking to take men on. Inside for Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson back for Taylor. Burnley just can't find that ball in the box in the minute. Maybe Gudmundsson can. Swings it in. Vidra dummers it. Won't fall. Rice to hook it away. Vlasek under pressure. Soufal just to get it down the line. Good work from Antonio, but Mee's nicked it. Good break for Rice. Just tidies so much up in the middle of the park. Declan Rice. Wide for Masuaku. On in turn. Here's Fornells inside here again. Souček looking for Soufal. Soufal under pressure from Gudmundsson. Touch inside for Bowen. Bowen done well with it. Here's Souček. Soufal wearing 5, right back. Looks inside for Bowen. Gone again, Soufal. Bowen turns nicely. Touch back for Rice. Just outside the box here, Rice. Looks to have a shot. Just over. Just over. He'd had Nick Pope worried.
He had me worried. Yeah, just a good, decent area, and he's good patient player from them. Good effort outside the box. Wasn't just dipping. Another 2 yards out, I think he would have hit the target then. But in fairness, credit to Popey, I think he did have it covered.
Looks that way, doesn't it, on the replay? Moving to his right-hand side. Pope will kick this. 0-0 it is. Kick from Pope. Watford come here on Wednesday. Tarkowski to win it. Finds Lowton. McNeil down that right-hand side. Lowton comes away from 2. Done well. Uses McNeil inside for Brownhill. Brownhill to use Taylor. It's a little bit behind him. Taylor inside again for Brownhill. Here's Ben Mee. Brownhill's just dropped deep. Comes away from Antonio. Helped on for Tarkowski. Ball down the line. Lowton to collect. He's got McNeil inside. McNeil just had to check. And Burnley have lost possession. Crowd get a little anxious, and Bowen's in space in the middle if they can find him. Good cover from Taylor. Wins the header. Might break for Antonio. Crowd getting anxious. Hooks it inside for Rice. Final 5 minutes. Rice wide on that left-hand side. Fornells just to touch it on for Antonio. Tarkowski goes to him. Antonio's done well, but it'll be a corner. Corner number 11, I make it, for West Ham.
Yeah, I think we just got to be careful. We just don't get the crowd anxious. You can sense the anxiety. Yeah. It's now we're coming into the last few minutes, and we just don't really want to be conceding at this time.
Newcastle are taking a tonking at the King Power. It's 4-0 now to Leicester. Here's Fornells with the corner here. But they've got to be on their guard here. He'll swing it in, the Spaniard, towards that near post. Headed on by Lowton. Gudmundsson will get it away. Cork on the chase with Bowen. It'll be a throw to West Ham. They'll take it quickly, but they've got to be on their guard there. Here's Antonio. Can he get a cross in? It's bounced back off him, and Cork will get it away. Rain's coming down now here at Turf Moor. It's with Soufal. Cries have come on Burnley. Can't realise. They've got to get behind the team here. Rice to collect the loose ball from the throw, and he'll just keep running at Burnley here. It's bounced up, broken free. It'll be a corner. Yet another corner for West Ham.
He just keeps that momentum, doesn't he? He's still driving them on, Declan. He is. He's a real force for them. He looks forward, he plays forward, he runs forward, he recovers. He's been everywhere today.
Everything you'd want in a defensive midfielder, I think. Swung in from Fornals. Burnley win it through Vidra. Not out of the box yet, though. Burnley should get it away. Goodmanson. Soufal down the line looking for Bowen. He's been bright, and Bowen's coming inside now. Gets across him. Ben Mee with the header away. Again with Bowen. Burnley've won it though through Brownhill, and Burnley've got men forward here. If he can pick the pass, McNeil. What's he got ahead of him? McNeil driving forward, looking for Vidra. Vidra to collect it. Goes down. Referee waves it away. Lowton to collect. Lowton looking to have a shot. File under optimistic. Just as you thought the opportunity was coming,
yeah,
Vidra fell to the deck.
Yeah, I think he's just lost his footing. Don't know whether he's put his hand on. Again, look who's covering him.
It's a nice
Declan
little
Rice.
turn, isn't it?
It
Rice
is, but Rice
there.
is covered. I mean, fair play to him. He's covered it up again.
Lennon on for McNeil. Last few minutes. Lennon right-hand side, Goodmanson left-hand side. 2 minutes of the 90 remain. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Lowton to win that header. Vidra on the chase. Can he worry Diop here? Diop just hooks it wide. Masuaku comes away with it. Done well, Masuaku. Lawton's caught him. That'll be a free kick. I think West Ham wanted to continue after all that.
He should. He's called it back too quickly. They had an advantage, a good advantage as well.
If he'd have given himself half a second just to have a think there, he'd have got himself out of a hole, the referee, I think. It's with Dawson. Uses Diop. Keenly contested game, but it's goalless. Burnley made their last change. Tarkowski wins the header. Brownhill to take it down, hook it forward, looking for Vidra. Vidra battling away. It might break here for Cork. He's got Rodriguez ahead of him. On for Goodmanson. Left-hand side, Goodmanson. Taylor trying to join him. Taylor will get there. Taylor into the middle. Oh, there was no touch. Across the 6-yard box. Big opportunity. Rodriguez just couldn't get the touch that was needed. Great ball in from Taylor. That was the chance.
It was, it was a fantastic effort, great ball in. Charlie, in the 89th minute, still getting forward, driving forward, hits it into a good area, and it was just inches away from unfortunately. He did just get a touch on the ball, but just gone wide.
Yeah, I just get a touch, you're right, yeah. Through the legs of Dawson and wide. What Burnley could have done for that. Big opportunity right at the death. We'll find out from the fourth official in a moment how much additional time. Ben Mee wins the header. Goodmanson on for Rodriguez. Good from Burnley. He's looking for Vidra. Oh, Vidra couldn't take it in his stride. A little bit more frustration. Here's Lennon. Gets the ball forward. Brownhill on the march, right-hand side. Looks to get into the middle. Too much on it. Taylor can't commit. Looked promising for a minute. Here's Soufal. Antonio with Tarkowski. Taylor to tidy up. It's 3 additional minutes. Into the middle, can't find Rodriguez. Vidra to try and win the next ball. Battles away, back heels it, but only finds Fornals. Now then, Burnley under pressure late on here. Vlasic on for Bowen. Chance for Bowen here, perhaps. Looks to have a shot. Save from Pope. Had to make it, and it looks a top save. Both sides had chances late on. Wow, that looks a good save from Nick Pope to deny Bowen.
Hit it early, not allowed him to set. Good decision. He has. He's just clawed it around it. Good, real good pace on the ball. Was just sneaking in.
It was. Late corner here in time added on. Everybody back for Burnley. It swung right in there. Burnley have got a header away from Vidra. Brownhill to win the next ball. It's against the West Ham man. Masuaku will recover. West Ham in possession. looking to build now on that far side. Ball into the middle. Pope's coming, collects it and keeps hold of it. Oh, he's just been impeded there. That's a foul. Certainly a foul. Can't change. It's normally a booking that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
I don't know who he's booked, I must say. But normally it's a booking.
Yeah, to be fair, that's what I talked about earlier. Nick's come and he's been brave enough to take it. He's almost bounced it off Charlie's head, similar to Newcastle, but he'll do it. You know, he's brave. These moments take the pressure off, and he was looking to try and get us on the counter.
I think he's booked Dawson. I'm not entirely sure, but just for blocking the keepers, he's trying to clear it. Can't find Gudmundsson with the kick out. Throw down this right-hand side. Final minute of time added on. It's gone back here for Dawson. Uses Diop. Diop looking long. Oh, might worry Burnley. Lowton wins the header. Rice is there to pick up the loose ball. Hooks it wide. Fornells has got an option on the overlap. Fornells inside for Rice. Edge of the box. Rice to tuck it inside for Vlasic. He might get a shot on here. Might still fall for Souček. He's got it over. Gone under it. Charlie Taylor threw himself at it, and that will probably be the last action of the game. It's a point, Chris, isn't it? It's a point, you know, something to build on.
Absolutely, and I think when you break it down of the position, the form that they are in, it's probably a well-earned point, hard fought. Wasn't a classic, but certainly knowing how Sean will be and looking into this. This is a kind of a hoping that he gets a point. It's possibly a +1, but what I will know is that he'll want to take it into the Watford game, and that will be you know, we will want to get a victory. You need to get the 3 points now against Watford, which will allow us to certainly climb or start to climb out of these relegation zones. Seems to be a favourable result with Newcastle. You don't want to be looking and relying upon other people's results, but nonetheless, I think we'd have certainly took a point at the start of the day. And if we can take that into the Watford, then into the Aston Villa games, I think it's given us a realistic chance. Both sides had a chance to win it late on. Rodriguez ever so close to converting that low cross from Taylor, and then you had the opportunity at the other end. Bowen looked a decent save from Nick Pope. It did. I think credit to Nick, how he's gone about it. He's had the mistake up at Newcastle. I think he's done everything correctly and took a few bumps and bruises along the way. You just have to respect what we've come up against today. West Ham, they've got people out, they've still got a stronger squad than ourselves. You can see why they are in the position that they are in the league. And we've just got to make sure we stay in the hunt, keep moving forward. 6 years in the Premier League's fantastic, but we don't want to just blink and go out and think, well, we accept that we're in for a relegation battle in a win, but we've worked hard to keep it. I know we've got to work hard certainly for the latter part of this season now to make sure that we're taking it into 7. A lack of goals becoming a bit of an issue. 0-0 at Wolves, 1-0 defeat at Newcastle, 0-0 today. The goals dried up a little. I've got to say it's a concern. I thought it was addressed with Cornet. I thought we were getting a different dimension, and since he's come in, we certainly looked a threat. That's the worrying aspect for me coming out of today. We don't look to have a real threat of intent, and you do. You've got to get the 3 points, because, as I said, it's nice keeping them clean sheets. It's fantastic. It's something to build upon, and something that we've always done, but we have to have a threat. I just didn't feel we had enough threat today. Brassy, thanks a lot. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for joining. Always welcome at Turf Moor, you know that. It's finished goalless here. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Hard-fought draw. Nothing in it, really. Chances for both sides right at the end. Rodriguez ever so close from Taylor's cross, and a good save from Nick Pope to deny Jarrod Bowen. 0-0 it is. Point for Burnley. Moved on to 11 points. It's Watford on Wednesday. 7:30 kick-off here at Turf Moor. Burnley against Watford. It's finished here, goalless. Burnley 0, West Ham United 0. Goodbye from me.